All-American Freestyle has grabbed the attention of wrestling fans across the country. Tonight, RAF invades the city of brotherly love, a blue-collar city known for its fights and for its grits. From inside an electric Liacouras Center on the campus of Temple University in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, it is time for American Freestyle. This is RAF 8. And for the first time, let's send it to Jazz Securo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Liacouras Center here in the fighting city of Philadelphia. You will bear witness to the hottest combat sport in the world currently today. Are you ready for real American freestyle? Please stand and honor the singer and our national anthem, and Miss Alexis Wilkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free? In the home of the brave. God bless y'all. God bless America.
Welcome to the land of the free, in the home of the brave. We do it freestyle, you and me style, like you did in the good old days. Everything's made in the USA. Hand on your heart when the song gets played. When the gloves come on, you'll find out where you stand. That's real American. That's real American. Real American.
And welcome to Philly and RAF 8. I'm Shane Sparks. We have a tremendous card here tonight. We have 11 bouts highlighted by 3 Olympic champions, and 2 championship belts are up for grabs here tonight. The first one, women's bantamweight title match. The Olympic champion, Helen Maroulis, she defends her crown against Alexis Janiak. And then a battle of world champions as Kyle Snyder puts his lightweight crown on the line against Urijah Aitmukhan. Now joined by the former two-time UFC champion Juliana Pena and Division I All-American, the UFC Hall of Famer Chael Sonnen. We do have an adjustment to the card. We will not see Henry Cejudo and DiJulius. We still have two great main events. The first one, Chael, light heavyweight title match. Kyle Snyder putting it on the line tonight.
Henry fished out. I got to tell you, that wasn't on my bingo card. I didn't hold that for the Olympic champion, but another Olympic champion stepped up, and Kyle Snyder to take on a world champion, which, by the way, is a younger opponent. By the way, is a little bit smaller opponent. Historically speaking, that's the hardest guy to wrestle, is from one weight class down. Let's see how Snyder does with somebody he mentored many years ago.
And like you said, Chael, 11 years old was Aitmukhan when he wrestled against 11 years old when Kyle Snyder won gold at the Olympics, And I know that he has said at the press conference he is dreaming about the opportunity to wrestle against Kyle Snyder, who will be defending his belt for the first time tonight. Really looking forward to this matchup.
Our other main event, it is the young superstar in Arman Tsarukyan and that savvy vet in Urijah Faber. I know Faber wants to get his hands on Tsarukyan.
He sure does. Urijah Faber is an absolute legend, and it could be a changing of the guard here. Old guard versus new guard. However, Tsarukyan had said to Urijah, you better make sure that your insurance plan is up to date because I am going to put my hands on you tomorrow night, and I do not want to be on the hook for those insurance bills.
Tsarukyan might be Dana White's #1 contender, but Urijah Faber fought for the UFC championship 4 different times. I think that Faber was expecting a little bit more respect, and he told me after the press conference, I'm going to teach Tsarukyan some manners tonight.
We have 11 fantastic matches on the slate tonight. To kick things off, a bantamweight match with a pair of national champions in Lucas Byrd and from Lehigh, a national champion a couple years back. Looking forward to watching that match as well with Darian Cruz. But before we have our first match, let's send it to our champion who joins us once again, Ben Askren. Ben, what are you most excited about tonight in Philadelphia at RAF 8?
What's up, guys? We got a great card tonight. Well, the two matches I'm most excited for are, like you mentioned, Kyle Snyder and Rizabek Aitmukhan, two world champions going at it, two guys at the top of their game. Kyle just won the world title last year. Aitmukhan is young and up and coming. And then also my guy, Aiden Sinclair, his first time out at RAF, he beat a world bronze medalist. He's trying to step up and beat the world gold medalist, Heath Valencia tonight. And lastly, man, RAF has an awesome card. We have 6 world and or Olympic champions on the card tonight. And man, I'm so excited for all these matches.
Should be a lot of fun. Ben, appreciate you joining us. We'll hear from you throughout the night here in Philadelphia. And for the introductions of our first match, Jazz Sakiro.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first match tonight takes place in the Real American Freestyle Bantamweight Division. Please welcome 3-time NCAA All-American, NCAA National Champion, Olympian from the Fighting City of Philadelphia, Darian Cruz. And his opponent, 4-time NCAA All-American, NCAA National Champion from Cincinnati, Ohio, Lucas the Birdman.
There you see Lucas Byrd from Cincinnati, Ohio, a 4-time All-American at the University of Illinois. He was 8th in 2026. He won the national title in 2025 at 133. He won the Big Ten title that same year. The 21st Illini wrestler to win a national title, the first since 2016, the first ever at 133 pounds.
They moved a corner.
119 career wins for Lucas Byrd. And Darian Cruz, a 3-time All-American for Pat Santoro and the Mountain Hawks. He won the national title at 125 in 2017 on the freestyle scene, represented Puerto Rico at the 2024 Olympic Games. He was 5th 3 times. He has made the senior world team. Wrestling in Croatia in 2025. What intrigues you most about this match, Juliana?
I talked to Lucas, and he is moving here at the end of the month. Darian Cruz is the local hometown hero, but Byrd is going to be the new guy coming into town. And Cruz said, hey, do you need any help moving? Because I can help you move some boxes if you want. So I think that it's interesting that these guys know each other personally. They spend time together, they've wrestled together, they've been each other's training partners, and now here they are competing under the bright lights.
I'll help you move boxes. What a scam. What a scam to try to throw his opponent off psychologically, make them think they're friends. Oh, Darian, that's a veteran move. By the way, you know, they call Lucas Byrd a short king. Have you guys heard this expression?
Oh, yes, I have, actually.
I had not heard it. Apparently what it means is when a shorter guy has a tall girlfriend, his girlfriend, he goes to the University of Illinois, his girlfriend played volleyball, and they've got like this social media page. Everybody follows them. They're great.
They are, Miss Ellie, and she's here tonight. She is in his corner. She is one of his biggest fans, obviously. I got to talk to him. He said 5 years they've been together.
I think she is going to jump on the mat if he wins, by the way.
They got engaged on April 1st. This match is brought to you by Spartans.com, the official online gaming partner of Real American Freestyle. Scan now or go to Spartans.com to play. Short time.
Wait, did you say they got engaged on April 1st?
April 1st. They
But
went
does
on
it count?
vacation.
Wait a second.
Does it count?
I asked, he said that they're engaged, but I said, do you want me to bring that up? And he said no. So Shane, you are dropping
He's
some
my boy.
really personal
my boy.
information. I don't know that they wanted everyone to know that, Shane.
April 1st. I'm not even sure that's a real engagement.
Oh, that's
You know,
right.
I know we're dating minister. I can marry them tonight. Are they serious about this?
I have no idea. He did try to get his girlfriend Ellie to walk out with him, but she said no dice.
So Lucas Byrd went on the shot clock, was unable to score, and that is why Cruz has the tally on the board. And now a step out, so it's 2-0 for Darian Cruz. Darian Cruz,
Sparks.
slick, and of course Lucas Byrd, a lot more physicality, Chael.
Sparks, the consummate professional, had no idea he's going to show up tonight to be discussing short kings and engagements on April Fool's Day. Hey, I'll cut to the action as soon as one of these guys decides to shoot. Don't put it on me. All right, here we go.
Ankle pick, stuffed by Cruz. Nice job.
Can I tell you something I do expect from Byrd? And it's a tool, but he hasn't used it yet, which is his conditioning. Now, I'm giving that to him only because collegiate is a harder style in theory, not to mention it's 7 minutes as opposed to 6, not to mention there's no breaks. I think that Lucas Byrd coming off a collegiate season will give him an advantage in the conditioning should he choose to push the pace.
And one thing that he had told me right before this is that I haven't wrestled freestyle that often. I haven't been doing a ton of freestyle. I've been more on the Greco side of wrestling. I love Greco. Greco's 10 times easier for me. That's what he said. I'm quoting him. And I think that that's interesting because I am a upper body locker myself, and the freestyle wrestling is a lot harder to do. So maybe that's kind of what's going on here. He's not being able to find that shot that he wants.
Lucas Byrd was a finalist in Fargo and Greco. Second period underway. 3 2-minute periods here at Real American Freestyle. UWW rules apply with the exception of criteria. Last point scored is winning criteria. We saw that with Kyle Snyder at RAF 7 in Tampa when he was able to beat Tez Hudinoff to get that lightweight title. 25 seconds into the second period. What are you looking for here, Chael, early second?
Well, I'm really expecting Lucas Byrd to push the pace. We were just talking about he hasn't freestyled in a while. Darian Cruz, one of the top guys in the world in freestyle. Byrd is getting out freestyled right now. He's down a point for a shot clock. He's down a point for a push out. Neither of those carry over to the NCAA. Byrd needs to get the action going. I give him a conditioning advantage should he use it. Right now, he's playing a little bit nice. He's playing more of Cruz's pace.
Nice way to turn in there. That was a veteran move by Lucas Byrd.
2-0. Darian Cruz out of Allentown, Pennsylvania, 31 years old. Now coaching at University of Pennsylvania, an assistant coach under head coach Matt Valenti. Down to 50 to go in this second period.
Shane, are you old enough to remember when Darian Cruz took out Thomas Gilman?
I called that.
What
match.
an upset. What an upset. Hey, one of the bigger upsets of my time as a fan, which goes back 40 years, doesn't quite get enough credit, frankly.
Well, that was in 2017 in St. Louis. Cruz was the 4 seed. He beat that number 1 seed Thomas Gilman of Iowa 4-2 in sudden victory, and that was in the semis. Beat Ethan Lezak of Minnesota to claim that title as the national champion at 125 pounds. Down to 20 seconds. In jail, when there's time on the clock, there's time to score. You want to score in short time.
For sure, you got to. You got to really know where that mat is. Darren Cruz is doing such a good job. I mean, all of our freestyle athletes deserve a lot of credit, but I can really tell the mat savviness, and I can tell that Byrd doesn't quite have that. Byrd is out there fighting. He's fighting for real estate, but he doesn't quite understand the edge game. He doesn't quite understand the shot clock game. And now he's got 2 minutes left. 2 minutes while down by 2 points in freestyle is a lot.
And I do think that he thought it was going to be a lot easier, going into this match. I think he was going to look for the pin and hope that he was going to get at least a tech fall, maybe. But it's looking a lot easier said than done because Darren Cruz is not about to lose in front of his people.
It's going to be tough against a guy like Darren Cruz and his freestyle accolades, his freestyle savvy on the electric environments here in Philadelphia. As both guys come center of the mat, they toe the line, slap of the hands, and here we go in the third. And somehow, some way, Chael, Byrd has got to find a way to create an angle. He needs a takedown here. If he gets a takedown, it'd be 2 points. And he would win if that score held with criteria.
Yes. 2 points would give Byrd a criteria. Gosh, and right now is another opportunity to push him out. I'm just not sure Byrd knows where he is. That's one. That is going to be one if this is called correctly, and it was.
One of the best officials in the country. He officiates at the World Championships and the Olympic Games. It is Sammy Julian.
Byrd was finally able to get his hands locked there in that Greco that we were talking about earlier. I think he knows now that he can get his hands locked. He just has to push hard to get it done again so that he can get one more score on the board.
Plenty of time yet for Lucas Byrd. He trails by 1-2-1. Lucas Byrd, the second ever four-time All-American in Fighting Illini wrestling history, joining the great Isaiah Martinez.
Look, Byrd has the conditioning, guys. I mean, I'm going to predict something for you now. Either Bird's going to score or nobody's going to score. Cruz has got to a point where he has been eating up clock. He ate up the second round. He's trying to eat up the third. Is he veteran enough to do it, or is he going to get shoved out or taken down? That's really the question. I don't think that Cruz is even going to attempt to score on Byrd. And when Byrd realizes that, that's when he can open up. These push-outs are there, but he's got to change elevation and blast him to start with.
And he's got to go now, Chael. Got to begin that sprint. Now you got 50 seconds. Can't wait till there's 10 seconds left. You got to go now if you're Lucas Byrd. And now Lucas Byrd on criteria leads as Cruz was on the shot clock. So Byrd leads at 2-2, scoring that last point.
Listen, I'm telling you guys, Bird's got him tired. Cruz has proved to be a better freestyle wrestler in terms of understanding. Let's take a listen to the corner right now. That's Sam Ray.
Zach Ray and Matt Valenti in the corner. Ray was a national champion at Lehigh, Valenti national champion at Penn. Down to 15 seconds. Byrd doing a nice job staying center of the mat, circles back in, taking territory on Cruz. He was down 2-0 and scores that last point.
And can we just talk real quick for maybe the people that have never watched wrestling for the first time? Based on criteria, Lucas Byrd is going to win this match because he was the last one to score a point.
And Lucas Byrd on criteria scoring that last point. That is the rule for criteria here at Real American Freestyle. 2-2. In a battle of national champions, here's Lucas Byrd with that push out to make it 2-1. And then Darren Cruz went on the shot clock, could not score in that 30-second window.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 periods and a final score of 2-2, based on criteria of the last man scored, your winner, Lucas the
Do you think he's still going to help with those boxes?
I think that they will. Yes, they know that it's just a wrestling match. These guys are not taking anything personal. That was very nicely done by Lucas Byrd. Way to win on criteria.
Listen, that conditioning, that collegiate pacing is very helpful.
And he's got 5 matches with RAF. This is his first. He'll be back, and I know that he's got some big aspirations. I'm talking Austin DeSanto aspirations. Maybe he acts that he can contend for the title.
The first of 11 matches. At RAF 7, we got the rematch everyone wanted. Arman Tsarukyan and Georgiopoulos. The saga that has unfolded over the past 2 months, it captivated the wrestling world before reaching its apex.
The controversy.
This isn't going to stop. This is not going to stop. And it has all broken loose.
Redemption.
Man, my word, you got $10,000 in cash here for you. So this money is going to this kid. He's sick. What a great guy. You see this? Hey, so you know, like, this money is going to the right place.
Our next match with Jordan Oliver and Mike Vanbrill. Jordan Oliver, a two-time NCAA champion for John Smith and the Cowboys. Mike Vanbrill wrestled for Scott Goodale and the Scarlet Knights and qualified for the national tournament on 3 occasions. Jordan Oliver has had a remarkable start to his RAF career, undefeated at 3-0. 2 of Oliver's wins have come by criteria when he scored that final tying point of each match. Now the former RAF interim featherweight champion looks to continue his climb back to the belt.
Hey, Jordan, question. How did it feel when you won the title from Real Woods?
Just like any other match, felt great. Beat one of the top contenders in the world and have the RAF featherweight belt.
But in the rematch, you missed weight and you had to drop the title. How do you feel about that?
I did. It sucks, but it's a part of the game, right?
What do you have to prove to the world in your match against Mike Vanbrill?
We got to prove nothing. We just got to keep the world entertained and show them that I'm the best in the world. So dominate this guy, send him packing in his hometown.
Jordan Oliver out of Easton, Pennsylvania. Let's send it to Jazz Securo.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next match takes place in the Real American Freestyle Featherweight Division. Please welcome 3-time Big Ten placer, 2-time NCAA National Qualifier from Mullica Hill, New Jersey, Mike MVP Vanbrill.
They say one must believe in themselves. Well, Vanbrill had better do that because he is being counted out by almost everybody. And I do not mean that as a slide to him. Jordan Oliver might not be the RAF champion, but he is the linear champion, and he is undefeated in the organization. Vanbrill is making one heck of a hard debut.
That's what he gets for spamming Chad and Izzy, saying he would take anyone, anywhere, anytime, any place. Every single day he said, give me a shot. Ask and you shall receive, Mike.
And now his opponent, 3-time NCAA All-American, NCAA National Finalist from Easton, Pennsylvania, that dude, Jordan Oliver.
That dude, Jordan Oliver, turns 36 on May 8th. 4-time All-American at Oklahoma State. 2-time national champion, won titles in 2011 and 2013. Along the way, captured 4 Big 12 titles. And when it comes to being slick, Chael, this is a different kind of slick, Jordan Oliver.
Old school, John Smith trained. Absolutely. This is the Cowboy from Oklahoma State. And by the way, so the audience understands, the weigh-ins were earlier today, and the scale has been a problem. It has been a nemesis of Oliver in the past. He made it today. He says he's recovered and ready to wrestle right now.
Jordan Oliver, 3-0 in MMA. His last win came on this day exactly 1 year ago. That was at LFA 207 in South Dakota. Unanimous decision. He won the Olympic trials in April of 2021, but the USA failed to qualify the weight multiple times. He's placed top 3 at the World Team Trials several times. Oliver and Vanbrill, early first period.
You know how you want people to enjoy an opportunity? I got to tell you, nobody was happier to be part than Vanbrill. He showed up wearing a suit. He showed up with things to say. He's well trained. He made weight no problem. He looks good tonight. He's got a fan base. This is a tough draw, but this is what it's all about if you're going to make it in RAF.
He's from Mullica Hill, New Jersey, half-hour drive. That is south of Philadelphia. Went to Clearview High School. Placed 3 times in the Big Tens. His best finish in 2021 when he was 3rd at the Big Tens. And at the press conference yesterday, Juliana said he lost 20 pounds. He's taking this really serious.
Yes, he is, and he's going up against, you know, arguably, like you said, Chill, our RAF champ, who just happened to lose the belt just because of that weight discrepancy. But J.O., leader at RAF for push-outs, and I've never seen the push-out rule demonstrated better than when watching J.O. He is a complete veteran when it comes to knowing how to freestyle wrestle. In fact, he had a controversy in his last match because of the new grounding rules, but ultimately the right points went on the board. And like I said, he leads in those push-out points.
Vanbrill was thinking big move a moment ago. He was starting to tie up. He was looking for like a double overhook situation. I bring that to you just in case that's foreshadowing for the future. Look, one big throw. Talked to Trent Hidley moments before this match, and I said, Trent, give me a prediction and give me something I can quote. He said, Chael, this match is going to be a lot closer than people think. I said, why? And he said, because Jordan doesn't go out and score enough, and Vanbrill's good enough to keep it tight.
He sneaks an underhook there on the right side. Oliver on the board as Vanbrill went on the shot clock. Didn't score in that 30-second window. Final seconds here in this opening frame in this match with Oliver and Vanbrill. And these two content to take a 1-0 score to the second period. I remember the very first time, Chill, I saw Jordan Oliver was at the Dapper Dan, United States versus Pennsylvania. It was Jordan Oliver against Tyler Graf, who went on to the University of Wisconsin, was a 4-time All-American. Graf lost in that 2014 national final at 133 to Tony Ramos, but that was the first time I saw him. Then I went to Senior Nationals at Virginia Beach a few weeks later, and he put it on the competition. And you said it, when this guy wants to go, reminds me a little bit, Juliana, of a Ferrari. If a Ferrari can go 150 miles an hour, he's got that kind of horsepower and acceleration. He's got the full skill set.
Absolutely, and you need to attack Jordan, and you got to follow through with that attack. Otherwise, you know, he's kind of wrote the book on waiting for you to try to do something, stuffing it, and then being able to skate out with the win. So I need to see him attack.
Straight on shot there from Oliver. Good shot recovery there by the former Oklahoma State Cowboy.
One thing about Jordan is he can keep his composure. I would say, I used to get frustrated in matches. I need some points. Either you get them or me get them, but we need some separation here. He can stay very calm. He can stay calm until the last 30 seconds, until the last 20 seconds. Find a way to win. So a 1-0 lead compared to Jordan's other matches he's had in Real American Freestyle is a pretty good-sized lead. Usually he's down by a point or two at this point of the match.
He's wrestled on so many big stages. Junior World Bronze back in 2009. Got great poise.
And that's what we noticed, Chael, in his other matches. It was he was losing, and then boom, he's playing possum, and at the last possible second, he gets a win.
We'll see how aggressive he gets here on the shot. Like here's a shot from Oliver, gets to the body of Vanbrill, and on the edge he plants the former Scarlet Knight, feet to back for 4, and that gets this crowd excited. 5-0 J.O.
And see, that's something that's exciting about Jordan, and I must tell you that frustrates me about him. I don't see him go for a score very often and not get it. So then I wonder, why didn't you do that earlier? Why don't you do more of that? If you can go get 4 points whenever you want, do it 2.5 times and call it a match.
And the key right there was getting Vanbrill off the mat. Impressive takedown, explosive from Jordan Oliver.
Maybe it's a thing that he doesn't want to go for it unless he knows it's a sure thing, unless he knows he's going to get it.
He just got great wrestling IQ, understands the situation, great awareness.
Well, I'm being quite critical. To question the strategy of somebody that's had the success of Jordan Oliver is a little bit audacious, but I do notice it at times. When he needs a point, he can go out and get it, and sometimes I do wonder, well, why do you work so hard if you don't have to? If you're king of the world, go out there and enjoy your throne. It doesn't last long.
Be the lion. Final seconds. And Jordan Burroughs 5-0, that cricket number after 4 minutes.
So
Not Jordan Burroughs, Jordan Oliver.
Jordan Oliver.
That dude.
Two great Jordans.
By the way, Jordan is...
Which one?
Jordan Oliver
Okay.
is one end of the spectrum. Look at this. He comes underneath. Now he uses those hips. He knows right where he is. He's going to put him out just so he's safe. Finishes that action feet to back. 4 points. And he takes him out just in case Vanbrill was to roll him through. Wouldn't count. They'd be out of bounds. Very tactical to carry him to the edge by Jordan Oliver. And I do want to bring this up because Oliver represents one end of the spectrum. The veteran, the guy that's been there and had a long career. Same weight class, other end of the spectrum, new guy is Bo Bassett. When does the conversation begin to start to pull those guys together? I mean, are we all going to just pretend that Bassett is an up-and-comer forever? Are we going to finally acknowledge he might be the guy?
Bo Bassett's
He might be that dude.
Bo
He might be that dude.
Bo
Sorry,
Bassett's going to be, you know, ruling the roost here for the next decade. Easy.
Saw Bo Bassett against Vladimir Khinchegashvili. Khinchegashvili will wrestle Janiak and DiJulius here tonight. 1:20 remaining here in this third period. Chael, if you are Mike Vanbrill, how do you create some kind of offense? Because you look at the defense of Jordan Oliver. Great position.
3 options here. 1, defensively, wait for Oliver to come to you. That's probably not going to happen. Second option, push him out of bounds. That's a little bit of a problem too. Third, get to his legs in the center of the mat, try to come out on top and work some parterre. That's the one Vanbrill needs, but before he can attack, he needs a setup, and Oliver doesn't react to anything.
Yep.
Vanbrill's clubbed him in the head looking for reaction. Vanbrill step left to come back right, looking for reaction. J.O. doesn't give it to him. He's too much of a veteran.
He's a positional master.
He's seen it all. Even right here, right? He's got a little bit of a square stance, but he's got an elbow with one side, he's got a wrist on the other. It just doesn't leave you any hands to attack if you're Vanbrill. Oliver is a brilliant, and that's not a word you can use very often. He is a brilliant wrestler. Ben Askren-esque in terms of understanding position, understanding strategies.
See Oliver standing center of the mat right there on that RAF logo.
Yeah. Mike is a little short, a little late. It's not going to happen tonight, but definitely next time. Going for that inside trip, gets thrown, sat.
Hey, look, Trent Headley called this right. This is a close match. It was one big takedown and a push out. That's a pretty close match.
Jordan Oliver 5-0. That dude out of Easton, Pennsylvania, winning on this Saturday night in Philadelphia. And here's that big 4-point move. He was on the shot clock, gets the body of Vanbrill, walks him near the edge and plants him down to the mat, feet to back for 4, and opened things up 5-0. And that was the final score for Jordan Oliver. Here is Jazz with the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 periods and a final score of 5-0, your winner, that dude, Jordan Oliver.
Jordan Oliver, please tell us what just happened. What was just said between you and your opponent, Mike Vanbrill?
Oh, no. I see he wanted to throw hard clubs and talk shit at the end. I said we can go outside right after this and we can handle it like men.
By the way, he was clubbing you. I believe that his strategy was to get you to react, maybe even come to like a double over situation, look for a feet to back. Did you realize that early on not to tie up with him?
Even if I did tie up with him, the kid talked him his way into a match. Hats off to him. Go on. I'm gonna keep continuing, keep winning, tracking down these belts.
All right, Jordan, this is your crowd tonight. These people were all on their feet. You are not the real American freestyle champion, but you are undefeated, and you are the linear champion. So what would you like to see next?
You know, the 155-pound belt is vacant. I'm getting tired of cutting weight. I'm getting old. I got a 16-month-old. So I'd like to eat some pizza and some chicken parms and enjoy wrestling. I love wrestling, so I think next thing for me is 155, and with the blessing, you know, of Chad Eric, and Izzy. I got to do a better job on my part wrestling. Hopefully I get a title shot and give the fans maybe a Oliver Rutherford match.
I think that's, wait a minute, did you just say Rutherford?
Yes, Rutherford. I've been looking for him. He got the last one in Stillwater. I see he showed up here at...
As in Zane Rutherford.
As in Zane the Train Rutherford. So, you step foot on this RAF mat. You got the last one in Stillwater. I'm gonna hunt your ass down and get it back. You know that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the newest 155-pound competitor. Give it up for Jordan Oliver.
Oliver can eat some chicken parm tonight in celebration of the win, calling out three-time national champion Zane Rutherford. Coming up later, one of our two championship matches, women's bantamweight, the Olympic champion Helen Maroulis and the up-and-comer Alexis Janiak.
Tonight, we bear witness. Past meets present. Alexis Janiak challenges Helen Maroulis.
Real American freestyle bantamweight champion of the world.
One wants it, one has it.
An iconic figure, the face of women's wrestling.
Something must give.
Well, we love coming out here and seeing all the stars that we've got. She's a huge fan of Kennedy Blades.
Who are you guys excited to get an autograph from? Phil Bassett, Kyle Dake.
If someone wants an autograph, I'll stay an extra couple of hours just to autograph. Because I remember when I was a kid wanting to see those professionals, and just to give back a little bit is my honor.
Caden Henschel has been a highlight machine at RAF. 2 tech fall wins in 3 matches, featuring 6 takedowns and 3 4-point scoring moves. Tonight, his sights are set on 4-time NCAA All-American, Big Ten champion Lance Palmer. Caden Henschel wrestled at UW Parkside, Division II school in Wisconsin, and Lance Palmer, phenomenal wrestler and a great fighter, the 2-time PFL featherweight champion. We heard earlier from Caden Henschel. Caden Henschel, as I mentioned, UW Parkside.
Yeah, no, I definitely
spent several weeks ranked #1 in the country.
You know, where I fell short, which was definitely getting turned and stuff like that. So I'm excited for this time around and gonna put on a performance. It's weird because my weight situation. So this one's at 155. I wrestled Bo a little bit lighter. So, you know, we'll see if I ever want to go down to 145. It's always there. But, you know, it's just that I'm here to stay and I'm here to do work. I mean, I've wrestled my whole life. You know, I'm not necessarily worried about any opponent who, you know, comes in my way. And, you know, I'm excited to face Lance. He's a bit older. So I'm ready to take him on and take him out.
Lance Palmer has experienced rough waters thus far in RAF. Couple of really tough matches, suffering 2 tech fall losses. But the 2-time PFL featherweight champion is ready to turn that all around tonight here in Philly.
Hey, Lance, you're 0-2 in RAF. Is that going to change this week?
Oh, yeah. 180.
What are you predicting?
I'm predicting a tech. An attack fall, Caden Henschel.
If this match ends and the number is still 0, what's that going to say about you?
Oh, man. If that number's still 0 after this, I'm done wrestling.
You're in incredible shape, an incredible athlete. Do you feel like you might dominate this match?
I know I'm going to dominate this match.
Tell me about your opponent.
Caden Henschel, he's a great wrestler. He's a great ambassador for the sport of wrestling, but this weekend is my time to shine. Caden, I love you, buddy, but Saturday night's my time.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next match takes place in the Real American Freestyle Lightweight Division. Please welcome from Wisconsin, state champion, 4-time Scholar All-American from West Bend, Wisconsin, Caden
Henschel, 2-1 at RAF. He beat Keelan Jimison at RAF 2. That's Muggsy. Beat Clay Guida. And then at RAF 5, took down Bo Bassett, but fell to Bassett 14-4. Hayden Henschel takes the mat here in Philly.
And his opponent, four-time NCAA All-American, Big Ten champion, and two-time PFL World Champion from Columbus, Ohio, the Party, Lance Palmer.
You know, if you want to look at resumes, you can go back to the cadets, the juniors, the universities, the NCAA. You're going to have a very hard time finding a more impressive wrestler than Lance Palmer. Maybe only his brother Colin, quite frankly. I mean, these guys won every tournament you can.
Lance Palmer, the Party, a four-time state champion at St. Edward. Him and his brother Lance, four-time state champions for the Eagles. He goes to Columbus, four-time All-American Shield. One of those is a true freshman. You understand how difficult that is.
Got the jump on Brett Metcalf, won the Big Ten, made it to the NCAA Finals. I'm just telling you this because he's also had 3 matches in the last 10 years. Henschel had 33 matches in the last 10 months. I think that Henschel is being underestimated.
Well, Lance Palmer has had some tough outs, 0-2 so far in Real American Freestyle, but that's because he's been taking on the biggest beast that there is out there. He's literally been fighting absolute legends, and this is a much, I would say, evenly matched wrestling match this time around for Lance.
He wrestled Austin Gomez. We wish him the best. Recently retiring Austin Gomez. Lost to Gomez at RAF 1, then RAF 5 in January. Fell to Arman Tsarukyan, one of our 2 main events here tonight.
What are these shoes these guys are wearing? Are these sponsors? These are pretty cool, I gotta tell you, both of them.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah.
I have been in the UFC since 2013.
Two-time champ.
Two-time champ. I won the first woman to win the Ultimate Fighter. I don't even have a website where you can buy a T-shirt. I hate to say that, but
hey,
it's
if you
true.
I want to buy a T-shirt.
Listen, Hayden Henschel, he has got the market tapped on wrestling shoes, on socks, on everything wrestling that you can think of. He is this generational guy who is putting wrestling on the map for these youths, and I actually bought 2 pairs of wrestling shoes for my nephews. They are their favorite shoes. That's what these guys are wearing. Those are Hayden Henschel's wrestling shoes.
Yeah, I don't believe that Henschel is... Oh, there's an attack. He's going to come out with this. He can go right into a turn. He's looking for leg lace. If he crosses these ankles, it's going to be a big problem.
He's got that leg lace tight, trying to roll Palmer through.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Oh, good thing it didn't. Because if one works and there's still real estate, you're going to get a second and a third.
No, Lance just woke up. Lance just realized right now that he's in a match.
But those are the situations, Chael, when it's all said and done. That was huge there for Palmer. Yes, he gave up the takedown, but to not get turned, as you mentioned, a lot of times that goes from 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It's game over. That was good defense by Palmer.
Oh, Palmer is so good. He's so good. It's just there's something to be said for Henschel's had 33 matches in the last wrestling season.
And as you saw in that opening package about Lance, he said, if I don't win, then I'm going to retire in wrestling. He's up there as far as being a combat athlete goes. I asked him, you know, what's the most important thing for you in this match? And he says to prove to himself that he can beat Hayden. And I think that that's the biggest thing on the line, is that, you know, him being 0-2 for RAF and this being his 3rd match, if he doesn't get this done and beat Hayden, he's done. He's going to put those wrestling shoes right on the mat and retire.
Here's
a lot of pressure.
Takedown. Nice slide by there from Henschel to get to the body and score the 2.
And you'll notice that Henschel actually does cross these ankles. I mean, he's got a leg, and Palmer's just said, nope. Yeah. Break my leg. I'm not giving you any more points, kid, because it would have blown the match open. This match would be a wrap had Palmer not toughened up in that very moment.
Palmer still wrestles in the Buckeye room 3-4 times a week. In his corner is former Buckeye All-American Reese Humphrey. Second period. Hayden Henschel, you talked about it. Juliana, an influencer, almost 350,000 followers on Instagram. He's an entrepreneur. He's active.
I need to get with him, figure out how I can make this website to sell a T-shirt.
Yeah, I don't acknowledge Henschel as the best spokesman in wrestling. I believe he's the best spokesman in America.
He is so good. He's just he's a great ambassador for the sport.
2-0 score, 35 seconds into the second period as we wrestle here. Lance, 155 pounds.
Lance is my boy, though, and I need him to get it done. I want him to go for it. You can't wait. You just got to sprint. Just get Get it done.
There's that slide by once again. And great defense there from Palmer to keep this 2-0.
You said it, Chael. You said it's going to... We're underestimating Caden Henschel, and that's what's happening right now. Caden's like...
Inside both hands, yes, sir. You get a young man that's coming off of a competitive season, it's a big deal. Like, their resumes aren't the same.
Gets to a leg once again.
Look at that, swimming to the head. Even if he doesn't get it, if he knows where he is, he can come up with at least one here.
Now, Chael, he didn't wrestle this past season. It was 2 seasons ago, was his final season at Parkside. Had a tough regional, failed to make the national tournament, but spent several weeks ranked #1 in the country.
He was good
at Division II Parkside. He was phenomenal.
He was phenomenal. He had that one bad tournament.
It's all it takes, unfortunately.
Kept his head up about it. Recovered. Started his brand, started his business, came over to Real American Freestyle when he saw the opportunity, put that regional scene behind him, which, hey, you got to do. Those are the things you can end up stuck in the cracks for life. The only way through those hard times is forward, and Henschel did it.
Collar tie there from Palmer. Henschel clears short time here in this second period. Just 2-0. Henschel has had several opportunities, able to capitalize with the one takedown, but Palmer, with his defense, keeps this 2-0 and gives himself a chance going to the third period.
Palmer's representing himself just fine. I mean, I know he said that he's not going to wrestle again if he loses this. And, okay, great. You can move on. When you want as many things as Lance up, what I don't want him to be hard on himself. I really don't. This is a good representation. You have a match. You live with whoever's got more points. Good duck hunter here by Henschel. Now Palmer scrambles. He just gets tough in this moment. He starts hanging on. He starts thinking stalemate. This is a third time in this match when Palmer's had an opportunity to give up, even in a position, and has chose not to.
Palmer is 39 years young.
And still trying to win this wrestling match.
Caden Henschel, a state champion at West Bend Easton High School. And here's Palmer now with an underhook, goes into a front headlock position. He's got this one tight, Juliana.
Yes, he does, and this is the first time that we've seen a little bit of offense from Lance. Let's see what he can do with it.
Looking to get behind Henschel. Can he beat that left shoulder? Steps over, and yes, he can. It's 2-2, and Palmer leads on criteria. We got ourselves a dogfight, Chael. Here we go.
Yeah, 2-2 lead. Oh, Henschel's thinking, he's thinking collegiate. He was thinking maybe a reversal there. All right, this isn't done. Now, this is going to be a different Lance if he wants it to be. If Lance wants to shut down, he for the first time has a lead. I think it would be a mistake, though. I think both guys should still be thinking score. One more point, one more push out.
And I think the story up to this point, Chael, is the defense from Lance Palmer.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I mean, Lance just came out here and he's just dog tough. Look, he talked about if he loses, he's not going to wrestle again. He doesn't ever have to wrestle again, even with a victory. He has done enough. I do want that message out there. His father takes this very serious. His brother takes this very serious. That family, they can step aside anytime they want. They have done their part.
Down to just a half a minute.
Back in that front headlock for Lance Palmer. Let's see if he can make something happen here. He's trying to hit that corner.
If nothing else, it's a time hog. We are down to 20 seconds.
He's going to win on criteria.
Palmer scoring a takedown here in this third period as they wrestle on the edge. It's another point for Palmer. 3-2.
No grounded opponent. Good job. Oh, gosh, Lance needs this. And you can just tell the effort. Look at the effort. He just wants this. He wants this so bad. I really respect it.
Here comes Henschel. Henschel with an underhook. Great defense there from Palmer.
Nicely done by...
And time runs out. It is Lance Palmer, 3-2. And Palmer picks up his first win at RAF.
Ooh,
showing some guts in that third period.
Thought he was going to do something with that.
It was all Colin Palmer in the third. Lance Palmer, his brother Colin, works that front headlock. Great job keeping the pressure, beats that left shoulder, steps around, drives through and gets the takedown. And the third point is going to be a step out. Works that front headlock once again, It's Henschel to the edge. And there you see, out of bounds for Caden Henschel. Palmer rallies back and steals it 3-2.
After 3 periods of wrestling action and a final score of 3-2, your winner, the party, Lance Palmer!
Well, the party continues, Lance. Great job. Welcome back to the win column. Let's face the camera and you tell everybody how you're feeling right now.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. The 3 worst matches of my life have been in RAF, and I don't know what the heck it is performance-wise, but maybe it's being off the mat so long, coming back, getting in that competitive mindset again. But it doesn't matter who I'm wrestling, it feels good to get a win. Caden came out, scrapped hard, snuck a takedown on me, wrestled a very smart match competitively. I got nothing bad to say about it. Wasn't happy at all with the way I wrestled, but getting a W is better than an L.
Now, Lance, you happen to be a leader at Real American Freestyle, and if I may ask you, we lost our main event tonight. What happened with Henry Cejudo and Marab?
I don't know exactly the ins and outs, but Henry had an injury. He decided that he wasn't going to be able to wrestle tonight. I offered to wrestle Marab. A couple other people wanted to wrestle Marab. It just wasn't the right thing for Marab or Henry's situation, so we just pulled the whole match off the card and let it roll. We got 4 Olympic champs on this card, tons of other great wrestlers to showcase. That match will be somewhere down the line for those guys. We're still rolling. Look at this fucking crowd.
All right, Lance, I know you wear multiple hats. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your participation. Tonight is your night. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the party, Lance Palmer.
Lance Palmer, a great third period, victorious here tonight at 39 years old. Impressive performance for the former Ohio State Buckeye, the 4-time All-American for Tom Ryan and Ohio State. Light heavyweight title is on the line tonight. Rizabek Aitmukhan, a world champion in 2023, arriving here at the arena tonight. And Kyle Snyder, Olympic champion in Rio. Kyle Snyder certainly won the light heavyweight title in dramatic fashion at RAF 7 in Tampa. Tonight, he makes his first title defense and is looking forward to a great opportunity.
Tonight,
all the way from Kazakhstan,
Rizabek Aitmukhan faces Kyle Snyder.
The 4-time world champion and Olympic gold medalist.
One sets the level.
He's your light heavyweight champion.
And one tries to break it.
But could he get the job done against American badass light heavyweight champion of the world, Kyle Snyder?
Now we see no cage, no script, just truth.
Tonight we are live on Fox Nation.
Beautiful double leg. I mean, that's textbook.
I'll tell you what, David Clark, you just lit a fire under him right there.
But look at Pepez into the final seconds, and they are going to go 4 for Dave.
Wow, Austin DeSanto puts points on the board.
Hey, if we're going to start this party, let's go, right, Captain America?
Oh. Philadelphia, of course, the home of so many great fighters. Guys like Joe Frazier, Bernard Hopkins, and of course, Rocky Balboa. The stairs to the Rocky Balboa statue here in Philadelphia. The Rocky Balboa statue, arms up in the sky. Johnny DiJulius and Vladimir Khinchegashvili. Our next match, DiJulius, 4-time qualifier at Ohio State. Khinchegashvili, a 2-time world and Olympic champion, claimed gold in Rio in 2016. Great scene here inside the Liacouras Center in Philadelphia. And let's again send it to Jazz.
we move to the Real American Freestyle Featherweight Division. Please welcome 3-time Ohio State champion, 4-time NCAA championship qualifier from Cleveland, Ohio, Johnny DiJulius.
Johnny DiJulius 1-1 in RAF. Coming off a win in Tampa over Connor Beebe, 9-6. Always a big smile. He loves the sport. A great promoter of wrestling, Johnny DiJulius.
You want to know why he's here tonight? Because he's got stones. He does not belong on the mat with the Olympic champion.
Olympic silver medalist, Olympic gold medalist, representing the country of Georgia, Khinchegashvili.
Now, Sparks, that was not meant to be a knock on Johnny. I got cut off there by Jazz. I'm just praising this young man. This young man walked into Real American Freestyle and took on Bo Bassett. Before he did that, he was in the Olympic finals. Before that, he was in the Olympic finals, winning the gold medal, 2 trips to the championship match. That's a hard draw for Johnny D.
It is the birthday boy, Vladimir Khinchegashvili. He is 35 years old today. Won that gold at 57 kilos in 2016. He was silver in London in 2012. 3-time world medalist. Won the world title in 2015. Looking forward to this matchup. What excites you most? What are you looking for, Juliana, in this first period?
He got completely overwhelmed by Bo Bassett in the last out. I think maybe he wasn't expecting Bo Bassett, the machine, to just put it on him like he did. He was so overwhelmed. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him get this win, especially on his birthday.
Remember that Julius against Beebe got off to that quick start. He got a feet to back, a little bit controversial on that 4-point move. It was awarded to DiJulius, and he was able to hang on.
Questionable call.
Beebe hit him with that bow and arrow. Made it close. It was a 9-6 final.
2-on-1 for Lotto.
Juliana, you spoke earlier about that pace for Bo Bassett. There was a situation in that match where Khinchegashvili basically said, hey, let's slow it down a little bit.
I saw that moment.
Yeah, he kind of said, hey, man, we're just like wrestling. Like, take it easy, you know.
This isn't an Olympic final, guy. Relax.
I saw that moment, and I remember it. And he was upset with Bo, and he put an arm around it, and then he got composure of himself and realized, hey, Bo's really not doing anything wrong. And he did nothing with it, but they asked him about it at the press conference yesterday. And he admitted, he goes, yeah, that guy was going too hard. I wanted to know, look, this isn't a fight, it's wrestling, but I collected myself because I realized that young man wasn't doing anything I wouldn't do.
Here's DiJulius on a single leg. Chest wrap position for Khinchegashvili.
In DiJulius' last match 3.5 weeks ago, he found this position 5 times and converted 3. 5 different times he got to that same head to the inside single, scored on 3 of them, but was able to eat up clock, shut down his opponent with some of those other attacks. It's definitely his best weapon.
Look at that goal behind from Khinchegashvili, who's got his first lead of the match, 2-1. Inside 30 seconds in the first as he works down for a leg lace. He's got the ankle.
And this by the way, quick. Little quick there, parterre. That is where you start to see when we talk about Olympic champions. When we talk about the separation that some of these guys from Europe and the Eastern Bloc are doing, it's in that position. It's in that parterre position more than it is here on the feet. On the feet, I still like the American style. I still think that aggressive attacking American style dominates stand-up wrestling.
First period comes to an end, 2-1 score. Johnny DiJulius with Reese Humphrey in his corner.
Some fun facts about these guys. Johnny DiJulius likes to jump out of planes and off of cliffs, and Lotto is a member of the Congress in his parliament. He is a member of the parliament, excuse me.
In Georgia.
In Georgia. I asked him at the press conference, I said, tell me about that. How do you balance being a member of the parliament and wrestle? And he says, I do.
That was his answer. Right. Nobody knows what that means.
Yeah. I mean,
we know that you do.
I think he thought I was trying to get him in a gotcha moment.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like that.
I was really just interested. Like, that's awesome.
DiJulius had a front headlock now poked in the eye. Guys, you know what else? There's going to be some big news tonight. So stick with us tonight. There's going to be an amazing announcement.
What is it?
Made by Real American Freestyle, and we don't know what it is.
Tell me.
I have no idea. maybe it's a surprise.
Oh!
We're going to get the news tonight. It is big-time news.
That's a bit of a dick move by you. You're going to tell us
surprises. Except from my kids.
That's a little rude. All right.
What? Not from your kids?
I don't want surprises for my kids, but I'm excited about this.
Why?
This big announcement.
You don't mean the surprise
Juliana,
gift.
you'll
You mean the
understand.
surprise call from the principal. You mean that kind of a surprise.
Or they're like, I'm pregnant or something like that.
I definitely don't want that call. No.
Woo,
Here's
nicely done by Lotto.
His second takedown as he pokes his head to the outside, turns the corner.
Just a great conversion.
4-1.
You guys will, of course, know the name of the great Spencer Lee. Wrestled one time here. Won everything you can possibly win. But Spencer Lee will do a leg lace, where he's in that same position, but instead of trying to get the legs in the right spot, he'll just bury his head. He'll bury his head, take the legs where they are, and almost use a gut wrench type motion. I don't see enough guys going to that. I feel that more guys need to study Spencer Lee and that turn.
When
Spencer
he's on top, it is trouble.
Tom Brands used that in 1996 in Atlanta. Over the Russian in the semifinals to earn a technical fall. And I just share with you, it's a very devastating leg lace, and sometimes guys try to get a little too pretty in that position. Every now and then, bury your head and turn the son of a bitch over. Now I'm really sounding like Tom Brands, aren't I?
I love it.
30 seconds left, second period.
I want to see DiJulius go for something. I don't care that he's going up against an Olympic champion. I want to see him go offensively, attack hard, and go put it on him.
I agree.
In the press conference, he talked about Juliana, Johnny DiJulius, swimming with the sharks, jumping off the buildings. He said, people call me fearless. He goes, I'm scared to death. I'm scared to death, but I'm brave, and there's a difference. But he is great for the sport. Another clinic tomorrow here at RAF. They do a phenomenal job. We had the fan zone today, the clinic tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's great for these young wrestling fans to get to meet their heroes. They do a phenomenal job at RAF with that fan-athlete engagement.
And Johnny DiJulius is such a great ambassador for the sport, but they did ask him, what is harder, jumping off of a cliff or out of a plane or wrestling against an Olympic champion? It was like,
Jill, here's those takedowns from Khinchegashvili.
Right there was just good defense. I mean, listen, Johnny had done one of two things. He either attacked a single or he attacked a high crotch, both with the attack arm being the right arm. Once Khinchegashvili got used to that, he just timed it and passed him by. And then on this one, he does an attack of his own, comes right to the outside after an elbow control. Very beautiful. 4 points to 1 as we go into the third period.
Looking for a win on his 5th birthday. Here's DiJulius.
Hey, do we got Ben Askren on standby, by the way?
I think we do.
All right, so if we run into a technical problem, okay. Oh, nope. Oh, I'm glad the ref didn't call that. Some would, but that was not exposure.
Crackdown position.
Turn him up, Johnny. Johnny's trying to turn him. All right, the ref gave 2, and he gave it to Johnny. Okay.
Nice.
1 point match.
I asked for it. Ask and you shall receive. Nicely done, Johnny DiJulius.
Yes, because that was just heart and grit. That is what you called for. You asked for an attack. That was just a straight up attack. Oh, he's street fighting now. Look at this. He's back in his stance.
Let's go, Johnny.
And now DiJulius, if he can get a step out, he can win this match on criteria, scoring that last point, but still plenty of time to go. Over 60 seconds in a 1 point match. That takedown for DiJulius has put him right back into this one.
Well, look, if Johnny studied what Bo did to find success, Bo did not go out there with some beautiful techniques we haven't seen.
Strength. What
Great
strength.
answer.
Bo just put pressure on him.
What strength for the birthday boy.
His 3rd takedown. That was a great response from Khinchegashvili. Was up by 1, did not protect the lead, stayed on his offense, and got back to the legs with a finish, 6-3.
That was just like man strength, you know what I mean? He picked up his leg and just literally said, mine.
Here's DiJulius on a high crotch.
They're doing it together.
2 or 1. Oh, he's going to give him 2. Right call.
And it is 2 confirmed.
They're doing the same move to each other.
And I love this. The body language from DiJulius.
It's the
eye of the man. Listen to this crowd getting into this one. Getting behind DiJulius.
Eye of the tiger by DiJulius. I see it too.
Listen to the USA chants.
I've never seen him wrestle this good. This is awesome for DiJulius.
Front headlock for Khinchegashvili.
But the Lotto, the birthday boy, he's not going to have it. 15 seconds to go in the 3rd and final.
Oh, just grabbed his foot.
On a low single, reaches across, corrals at opposite angle. And that is going to be the nail in the coffin. 8-5 on his 35th birthday.
Nice.
The Olympic champion, Vladimir Khinchegashvili.
Congratulations and happy birthday, Lotto.
That was a fun match. Both those guys leaving it all on the mats. Fun scrap. with DiJulius and Khinchegashvili. DiJulius at one point trailed it 4-1, made it 4-3, and then Khinchegashvili answered. And then DiJulius came back to make it a one-point match, and then Khinchegashvili answered again. That was a fun third period.
After 3 periods and a final score of 8-5, your winner, Vladimir Khinchegashvili.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Olympic champion. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much. მოგესალმები საქართველო, თქვენგენ დაცალ. მადლობა ყველას, გვერდში დგომით ატმოსფეროს. I come back in game.
How important, hello coach, how important was this to get back on track in his second outing here in Real American Freestyle?
Очень приятно здесь быть. Я могу много чего для борьбы. Я кайфую от этого.
He said he's enjoying to be here and he can do a lot for this wrestling and for this league, and he really enjoyed to be here. And he can help a lot.
And coach, if I could just ask one question, is there anybody that he has his eye on? Is there anybody he would like to see next?
Если у тебя Володя с кем хочешь еще бороться в этой лиге.
С любым, не проблема.
He said with anybody, no problem.
He says he'll take on anybody, no problem. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the birthday boy and the Olympic champion.
And there is Maroulis Ivalishvili. Unfortunately, will not be wrestling Henry Cejudo tonight. Cejudo with an injury, so he had to pull out. We still have 2 amazing main events on the card this evening here in Philadelphia.
Happy for his Georgian brother, though.
Absolutely. Still to come, a heavyweight matchup with Sharipov and Tony Cassioppi. There you see Cassioppi on your right. 4-time All-American for Tom Brands at the University of Iowa. Sharipov was bronze at the World Championships last fall in Croatia. Yet to come here at RAF 8.
The Real American Freestyle Heavyweight Division.
There's no escape.
Are you ready for the big boys?
Tony Cassioppi wrestles Sharipov.
Cassioppi's #1 way to win matches is he gets guys tired.
No cage.
He's not going to come out with this. That's Cassioppi for 2.
No script.
Cassioppi looked so incredibly good, but you said it so well, Jill.
He got greedy.
Just truth.
RAF wrestling is something I've never experienced in my 17 years of wrestling, and now it's just like, it's the thing I think about most. It's what gets me so excited to compete and to train, and just, it's amazing. It's huge, and I'm excited for it.
You know, wrestling's never had a platform like this where, you know, you got media and you got, you know, all the people in the audience. You know, usually there's not a lot of big crowds for wrestling.
The production and the show that they put on, it's indescribable. You can't explain that feeling. I think that being able to compete in that is a dream come true.
To entertain people that are not wrestlers, to entertain people that are like on the bubble of wrestling or not, is just amazing.
You have to bring a little bit of an entertainment factor to it, which I honestly love. I think wrestling does need more of that, so it's awesome that it's finally coming into fruition.
Now that I have this platform, it's like, wow, praise the Lord, this is unbelievable.
The next stop is RAF 9 in Dallas, Texas on May 30th. RAF takes over College Park Center. We have an unreal offer. Take advantage of this. Scan the QR code on your screen and get 20% off your tickets for RAF 9. Be there in person as Gable Stevenson makes his RAF debut against Alexander Romanov. The only way to get this offer is to scan that QR code now. I can't wait to watch Gable Stevenson at RAF 9, recently signing with the UFC.
New main stage, RAF.
Next match, Jason Nolf and Joey Blaze. Nolf, what a career for Cael Sanderson and the Nittany Lions. He was a 3-time national champion. And Joey Blaze, now a 2-time All-American for the Boilermakers and head coach Tony Ersland. Jason Nolf comes into RAF 8 red hot, having won both of his previous 2 matches by 10-0 tech balls. He's been dominant entering tonight. He hasn't allowed a point on an RAF match in 231 days and is solely focused on moving towards another middleweight championship opportunity.
Thing that we've ever seen. Jason Nolf coming up from the Raptors. I love it.
Stakes are super high. I mean, this is an unbelievable atmosphere, an unbelievable show. So just want to go out and show that I'm the best.
Get past the hands and
Beautiful
past the
high
hips.
cross to the finish. Boom!
I'm going to shoot a lot of shots and score a lot of points, have some fun while we're doing it.
He's going to load up his hips, roll it through.
It's a wrap.
And he's got the 2 on the edge. It is a technical...
Got to have the RAF title. That's what it's about now. Let's do it.
Joey Blaze doesn't just have a great name, he's been successful at every level in his career tonight. Fresh off his 2nd NCAA All-American season at Purdue, Blaze makes his RAF debut.
Hey, Joey.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Good, man. You're an NCAA finalist. Now you're stepping into RAF. How do you feel?
Dude, I feel great. I'm ready to go. You know, when they gave me the call on short notice to come wrestle, I just thought it's another opportunity.
Your opponent is Jason Nolf. He's undefeated. How does that make you feel? Do you have confidence?
Yeah. You know, I think it'll be fun. It's just going to be another match at the end of the day, and a winner and loser is always going to happen. So I'm just going to go out there and just try to score a lot of points and entertain Philly.
In RAF, every match matters. Every match is big. What happens if you lose?
Go back to the drawing board and come back to win another one. You know, try not to lose at all.
Wrestling fans, we move to the Real American Freestyle Middleweight Division. Here is 2-time NCAA All-American, NCAA National Runner-Up from Toledo, Ohio, Joey Blaze.
Joey Blaze, a 3-time Ohio State champion at Perrysburg. Now a 2-time All-American, he was 6th last month in Cleveland. Up at 165, he was a runner-up in 2025, down at 157.
And Shane, he's got a year left. He's got a year left for the Boilermakers.
Yes, he does. As we await Jason Nolf.
And here is his opponent, Olympic trials finalist, 3-time NCAA national champion from Round Rock, Texas, Jason Nolf.
Where is he? Where's Jason Nolf?
I don't know. Where?
Check this out.
Where?
Check this out. Jason Nolf up in the stands, takes off the sweatshirt, the t-shirt, the shorts. Here he comes.
Well, how long's he been there? Did he have time to warm up?
I have never seen something quite like this. A man of the people. Chill. He took a page out of your book. He's the people's champ, like the bad guy, Chael Sonnen.
He looks a little dry. I'm wondering how long he's been in the
crowd. I love that they walked him out like Sting, by the way. It's just cool. This is a guy that got the jump on board Jordan Burroughs, came up a little bit short to Kyle Dakin, thought that his career was over. Real American Freestyle saved Jason Nolf, and I'm glad they did because he's got a lot left.
And he's been spending a lot of time with jiu-jitsu, and he said because of these RAF opportunities, stepping away from jiu-jitsu and putting more focus on the wrestling mat, one of the tremendous talents last decade, and wasting no time like a dog on the bone, and he's on the board 6 seconds in. How about that? You talk about, Julian, you can appreciate this being in the cage. That's how you throw a first punch and set the tone.
Jason Nolf has been an absolute stud. He was in arguably the most exciting wrestling match I've ever seen against Evan Wick at RAF 1. He's an exciting guy, and of course, it's really hard to split your wrestling time and the jiu-jitsu time, and RAF is taking off, so he says it's all about wrestling for me.
What a jerk. He came and blasted him across the ring, picked his leg up and threw him down. Look, Jason Nolf is just a little too much man, in my opinion, for a guy that's got collegiate eligibility left. But I talked to Nolf's wife, Maddie, yesterday. Ran into her at the hotel.
Pro soccer player.
Yeah, and I said to her, I said, hey, I think this is a pretty favorable match for Jason. And she was a little nervous about it and said that so is Jason. They said, look, we actually know
He
this
wasn't
kid.
nervous, Chael. Will you just stop?
They said this guy's tough.
He's not afraid of anybody.
I didn't say he was afraid of him, but they said...
He wasn't nervous. Come on.
Is nervous an insulting word? Where I'm from, nervous isn't an insult as much as it means, hey, look, we're not taking this guy lightly. And I even said that. I said, well, you know, but he's a younger guy. You're going to have just too much strength. And they said, do you think so? And it was almost where I was like reassuring them that, look, your accolades are a lot. But they thought that Blaze was a pretty honorable opponent. You're laughing. This is a very serious story. I'm actually not joking about it. What are you laughing at over there, Sparks?
Here it comes Blaze in a single leg in a 2-1 match. 45 to go in the first. A takedown would give him the lead. But this is where Nolf is still getting these scrambles. But Blaze doing a really nice job staying patient.
He can pull it backwards, kind of make him do the splits as a way of getting that far leg, or he can just run it straight forward.
I will give you this, Chill. His wife, Maddie, now might be a little bit nervous. I still don't think Jason is, but his wife might be a little bit nervous right now.
She was the one speaking for him. Sorry, Jules.
No, it's all good. I just thought you were talking about Jason's wife, not Joey's wife.
Oh, what an ankle pick.
Nice.
Cael Sanderson-esque there from Jason Nolf.
All that weight on the head.
Interesting. He dropped down to that knee, and then Blaze circled out. Now, if Blaze would have circled out before dropping to the knee, referee might have given that 1 as opposed to 2, but as it stands, 4-2 lead for Nolf. Hey, listen, Blaze is already doing a little better than I thought.
Blaze is a stud. He's a stud.
In the strength department alone, I just thought Nolf was a little too much man. Blaze is holding his own.
He's holding his own, and he's long. He's got a long frame.
Here is Nolf right off the whistle. He scored. Scoring 6 seconds in.
Push out.
And then his most recent score. Check out how slick that ankle pick is. He picks it and scores the 2. And he leads it 4-2 after 2 minutes.
Oh, the weight on that head.
Joey Blaze, the 13th two-time All-American in Purdue history. The 2nd in program history to All-American at multiple weights. He was a national finalist as a true sophomore for head coach Tony Ersland. Lost to Antrell Taylor of Nebraska in that championship final. He was the youngest national finalist since 1954. Purdue, the first true sophomore since 1994.
I like that Blaze took this matchup against Jason Nolf and making his debut against somebody so tough.
You get better against guys like Jason Nolf. This is a great opportunity here for Joey Blaze, and he's represented himself extremely well in the first 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, you know, I mean, I got to go back, and we talked about this earlier with the Henschel and Lance Palmer match, but Nolf is wrestling when he can, and that means about 3 or 4 matches. And again, Blaze, he stepped out, though. That was a mistake. He just didn't know where he was. Not enough freestyle. Blaze has had, 35 matches. He's had 35 matches in the last season. That matters. I mean, he's out there really holding his own, and I suspect as time goes on, that's going to favor, believe it or not, I think it favors Blaze.
Blaze coming off a college season. That's a really good point, Shale.
Active.
And here comes Jason Nolf right back in. He's such a great scrambler.
Yes, he is. I think that jiu-jitsu over there at Kingsway has been paying dividends for Jason Nolf.
You know, do we need to give Cael Sanderson some credit? One thing about his guys, they like to wrestle. They show up with a good attitude. I mean, even the cornermen, I see Varner over there in the corner, they're happy to be here. They'll take on anybody. There is something that those state college guys have where they really do enjoy our sport of wrestling.
And they wrestle, they put points on the board.
Big sprawl for Jason Nolf.
Blaze underneath those hips of Nolf. Cliff Ramos will blow his whistle, bring them back to their feet. Last year, Joey Blaze, on the freestyle side of things, he was third at the Senior World Team Trials, won the Zielkowski Memorial in Poland. His former teammate Matt Ramos, little RAF history, wrestled in the first ever RAF match against Nathan Tomasello.
Our referee here, Cliff Ramos, I'll tell you something a lot of people don't know. When that fight broke out with Arman and Giorgio, I saw it, but the camera wasn't on it. Cliff Ramos put Arman Tsarukyan in a rear naked choke. And Arman let him do it. Arman saw it was the referee and he respected it. I'm watching the whole thing. Will somebody get a camera on this? The referee is strangling Tsarukyan.
1 point for Jason Nolf on the step out.
Nolf's just done a really good job in taking territory. Been able to move Blaze around, getting to the edge, a few step out points.
Back to your point, Chael, we got the best refs in the game.
Once again, let's bring in two-time national champion, United States Olympian, our champion, the one, the only, funky Ben Askren. What do you got, Ben?
What's up, guys? I've been enjoying this match. These guys have really been attacking. I was impressed by Blaze's ability to get to Nolf's legs, but Nolf really changed up in the second period and started dominating. So we'll see if Joey Blaze can get some of that magic back in the first period, or if Jason Nolf's going to keep steamrolling him.
Hey, Ben, Sparks says he's got a surprise later. Do you know what it is? He won't tell us. Do you know what it is?
Man, I think there's going to be a big surprise, Chael. I heard it. I'm really excited about it.
What's going to happen? It's
I can't
not
believe no
a
one
big
told
surprise.
you.
It's a big surprise. We've been told about it.
Big
We talked about it last night. Big surprise. We'll announce it here tonight in Philly at RAF 8. Of course, RAF 9 will be in Dallas end of May. We are third period, 20 seconds in. Nolf leading at 7-2, looking for yet another RAF win for the four-time finalist, three-time national champion, two-time Big Ten champion, one of the greats for the Nittany Lions, Jason Nolf. Turned 30 this past January, and he still looks great.
I am not willing to go as far as to say that Nolf is slowing down, but I will tell you, I have never seen Nolf slow down in a third period.
Look at this.
It does look like Blaze, every bit, is going to be as aggressive as Nolf might be in these closing minutes.
Double leg, nice takedown for Nolf, adds to his lead 9-2.
I just need Blaze to not be deterred by the fact that he's making his debut. He's going up against the great Jason Nolf. He just got to go for it. You don't have a lot of time. You just got to start building up those points brick by brick, and you just got to go for broke here. It's a sprint now.
Looking at his corner, I believe that's his brother, Marcus Blaze, in his corner, along with his former teammate, assistant coach at Purdue, Matt Ramos. Down to 45 seconds.
No pressure.
Jason Nolf, impressive performance here tonight in this middleweight matchup.
I am entertained. I really am. I'm impressed with Blaze. Look, it's a hard thing to step in here.
Absolutely.
Being a young guy taking on one of these
There's
veterans.
that double leg again.
It is to step in against a guy like Jason Nolf.
And it's a precursor. It's a precursor to later night because we're going to see the Red Panda. We're going to see Sinclair doing the same thing where he's going to take on the world champion in Zahid Valencia. But there's also a lack of pressure. There's also an ability to use that as a weapon.
Again.
Oh, look at Nolf.
Oh, what?
Oh, wait a minute.
Is he okay there? Because that looked crazy.
Yeah, and the okay.
He went for the ankle pick, and then it was stuffed by Blaze, but his head was still caught on it.
Yeah.
Look at this, right off the whistle again. He's sniffing a tech fall.
Going back to the well for that ankle pick.
11-2. I mean, Jason Nolf, it is 6 minutes on the gas pedal.
He's so tough. I like jiu-jitsu, but I don't respect it the same as I do wrestling. Right there, I've said it. Whenever he loses in a jiu-jitsu match, it surprises me.
I'm offended.
I am. I can't believe anybody can deal with Jason Nolf.
And look at his breathing. Great conditioning. Jason Nolf was really good with those attacks below the knee. Saw a couple of ankle picks, took territory in this match, getting a few step outs. Just some slick work from the 3-time national champion and 2-time U.S. Open champion. He won those titles in 2022 and 2023. Jason Nolf putting on a clinic and just came out to scrap tonight. Credit Joey Blaze. He got better tonight. Great opportunity. Fun match to watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 periods and a final score of 11-2, your winner, Jason Nolf.
Jason, that was awesome. I talked to your lovely wife, Maddie, last night, and she told me that you guys were a little nervous, that you understood that Blaze represented the next generation and was a real opponent. You came out, you showed him a real respect, even putting all those points on the board.
Yeah, he's an absolute beast. He's really hard to score on, and some of those positions, you know, he was scrambling really well, and even though they gave me that 2 on that one time, I thought that maybe he was gonna wrestle up and finish that. He's good.
Now, tell me a little bit about your entrance, by the way. I fell for it. I was looking, I was waiting for you. You were up in the stands. How long were you up there, champ? Did you have time to warm up?
About 3 or 4 hours I was up there. No warm up, no, I'm just kidding. But no, it was great. You know, I love getting the crowd involved. Thank you guys so much for making this a special night for us. It was awesome.
Jason, I know at one point you thought that your time in wrestling was done. You switched over to some grappling and jiu-jitsu. Real American Freestyle brought you back. But is it safe to say the retirement of you in wrestling is over? You are officially back. Can I say that?
I'm back. Let's go.
And I'll leave it at this. Who do you want next?
I'd really like to go for the 175 belt. So let's get, you know, me and DJ maybe in May.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Jason Nolf.
He is back. Jason Nolf, impressive performance here in Philadelphia at this RAF 8s. RAF fans, Real American Beer just launched RAB Zero. Same bold Real American flavor, just without the alcohol. You can buy online today. Scan the QR code on your screen or head to therealamerican.com and use code RABZERO for 10% off. Real American Beer. I am really looking forward to this featherweight showdown with Real Woods and Anthony Ashnault. It's about to go down now here in Philly. RAF's first ever featherweight champion, Real Woods, has since suffered 2 devastating championship losses. 3rd-round losses by criteria to Jordan Oliver, surrendering the final points in both to lose tiebreakers. Tonight, Woods looks to reset and begin his climb to another title opportunity.
Hey, Real, you were the first RAF lightweight champion. How'd that feel?
Oh, it felt amazing to be able to be the first, to be able to be the #1 guy, to start out this organization. I mean, it felt like I was on top of the world.
Yeah, but you were champion, and you talked about swagger. Then you lost twice in a row to Jordan Oliver.
Yeah.
What does swagger mean right now?
When you take a loss, you fall, but your identity doesn't fall, right? So I am who I am regardless.
What's your goal for this match this weekend?
To make a statement, right? I'm on a journey to get this belt back, and I gotta go. It starts Saturday.
Situation, guys, it's what they talk about Rocky. It's not about getting knocked down, it's how do you get back up.
NCAA All-American, NCAA National Champion from New Jersey, making his RAF debut, Anthony Ashnault.
This is one bad mofo. Mobbing Anthony Ashnault from South Plainfield, New Jersey, but an hour 15-minute drive northeast of Philly. The all-time wins leader at Rutgers. The only 4-time All-American in Scarlet Knight history.
his opponent, a 4-time NCAA All-American, NCAA National Finalist, and the former Real American Freestyle Featherweight Champion of the World, the Real Deal. Woo!
It's about to go down. This is the guy. I mean, this is the guy that Real American Freestyle's got on top. This is the guy that's already in Final X. This is the guy that is the defending world bronze medalist. But Anthony Ashnault, an undefeated NCAA champion, which is one step further than Real Woods went. I mean, just to remind you, yes, Real's got some freestyle credentials, but Ashnault's got the college credentials.
Real Woods had a phenomenal 2025. Last year, 4th at the U.S. Open. Senior World Team Trials Tournament Challenge champion. He beat Brock Hardy to win that title. Beat Joey McKenna at Final X. He went to Croatia, and as you mentioned, captured the world bronze medal. Real Woods, 4-time All-American. Once at Stanford, 3 times at Iowa.
This is that sleeper match that has the opportunity to be match of the night.
We've seen some great matches here tonight. Guys have come to wrestle. You got to score points. You got to put on a show. People want to see a fight. Chill. Don't make me go home and watch Gladiator tonight because I didn't see a fight. Hey, right? Sit next to you guys. You know what? I want to get punched in the mouth right now. I want to see a fight.
I'm pretty upset. I could do that for you.
Waitress,
I don't want to get punched by either one of you.
Waitress, I'll have what he's having.
Good pressure. You got to engage.
Hard snap there from Real Woods. No score, 45 seconds in. They do such a great job, RAF. It's entertainment, it's wrestling. Bring the family out, have some fun. Just celebrating our amazing sport.
That is a stall call. We're getting put on the shot clock now.
Ashnault is on the clock. He's got 30 seconds to score.
I'm going to name drop it. Royce Alger, NCAA champion, was explaining to me that no matter where else you go, the Olympic Games, the World Championships, you will always look back to the NCAA for the pageantry. Why do I bring that up? Because Real Woods is ranked number 3 international. Real Woods has what we believe to be the higher medal. But I don't know that Real Woods sees it that way because his whole life he wanted what Ashnault has, which is that NCAA title. So there's a respect, regardless of current rankings, which favor Real Woods. There's a respect that I know Real has for Ashnault.
Ashnault unable to score on that 30-second clock, so Real Woods with the lead.
I think Real Woods needs to stop with the whole respect thing because he was our champion and lost to J.O. and in the press conference was saying, I respect him so much. I used to look up to this guy and he was my hero and now I can't believe I'm wrestling against him. It's like, you better believe it. You're here and you got to get to work now.
Inside a final 10 seconds.
Ashnault thinks he should have had 2 for that.
It's going to be Real Woods giving up that takedown. Ashnault, that was 2 confirmed reds, so Ashnault leads it 2-1, scoring 2 inside of 10 seconds. Those are huge points in short time.
Nobody's arguing that, including Real Woods. Perhaps he did expose. Let's take a look at it, though. And don't look at Real here. Look at what Ashnault does. Ashnault he exposed him all right. Ashnault exposed him. The question was that Ashnault's action, and looking at it on the replay, yes, I believe they scored this correctly. Right here, he tips him. He pulls his own leg back and exposes that shoulder past 90. That's 2 points.
No doubt about it. Ashnault with that 2-1 lead, a huge score late. We saw Jordan Oliver earlier tonight, one of the all-time greats at Oklahoma State. Another all-time great Cowboy is in the corner for Real Woods. That is Alex Derringer. He's in Ann Arbor with Cliff Keen Wrestling Club. What a great room that is. Early second period. Real Woods, national finalist in 2023, lost to Andrew Alirez of Northern Colorado in that championship final. Finished his career 4th place at the NCAAs in 2024. And this is going to be a tie match on that step out, 2-2.
Anthony knew he was close. He tried to turn it in the last second.
120 left.
Featherweight match with Woods and Ashnault. Woods 1-2 in RAF. Ashnault making his RAF debut. Couple of absolute hammers.
Well, and Ashnault's a little misleading. You know, he stepped away from wrestling and officially retired. Well, did he though? He was in the practice room every day. He's got one of the top young clubs out there. He trains and coaches with a young man named Eliezer DeLuca, who I get updates from regularly.
He was a big hitter. He was always going for something big.
Absolutely, and DeLuca tells me all the time, he said, man, I see this Ashnault. He never needed to retire, and he's working just as hard now as he was then.
Anthony Ashnault was a 4-time New Jersey State champion, undefeated. And then he went to Rutgers, 3-time Big Ten champ, 32-0 in 2019 to claim that NCAA title, over 120 career wins for the Scarlet Knights. He's in the Rutgers Hall of Fame. If you remember that night in Pittsburgh in 2019, Rutgers got their first 2 ever national champions, and Nick Soriano and Anthony Ashnault, 2-2, short time in the second period.
Yeah, that was huge. That was huge for the Rutgers.
Scott Goodale does a great job there in Piscataway, the all-time coaching leader on the banks.
Ashnault is standing his ground. He's fighting Real off. He's wrestling as though he's the one ahead.
Front headlock for Real.
Is Ashnault aware of the criteria against him? If he's not, he's going to find out right now from his corner. But Ashnault needs to come out and wrestle different. His defense was on point, but he doesn't need to be defensive. He's behind. He's got to score. He's got 2 minutes left to do it.
Let me ask you guys this. Julian, I'll ask you this. When you're in the cage, it's going to that third round, and it's up for grabs. I mean, what are you telling yourself in those situations?
You have to wash everything out of your head that happened in the first period and the second period and go out there and just go for broke and just go get it done however you can. If it's ugly, if it's nasty, you have to make it that way in order to get your hand raised.
2-2 Woods scoring that last point, leads on criteria.
This happened to Real the last 2 times when he was wrestling against J.O. with this criteria thing and it being a tie thing, and thinking that he was going to walk away with the win, and then boom, in the last second he gets it stolen from him.
Pretty good shot from Woods, better defense from Ashnault.
I'm loving the way that Real is wrestling. You know, he shut down a little bit in those Jordan Oliver matches. I love that Real is still being aggressive, but I still am confused by Ashnault. Why is Ashnault not attacking? He's the one that's behind. Real doesn't need to do this. Ashnault does.
He's going to want to attack now because Ashnault is on that shot clock. He's got 20 seconds to score. Real Woods heavy with his hands.
And this shot clock will not change a single thing in this match. And the reason I offer that is Real's got the lead. So if Ashnault gives up a point here, he still needs a score. Either way, Ashnault needs a score to win this match.
And it's going to happen right now. He's about to get another point, Real Woods. 3-2 for Woods. Nice. Oh, almost.
Great. That was great. He just needs to chain a couple of these things together.
Right.
Really get an attack going.
Good point, Jill. Chain wrestling. It's going to take 2-3 moves to score against a guy like Real Woods, the 2025 World Bronze Medalist.
Real's got nice level changes. He's biting, he's faking, and Ashnault is biting on it. He's thinking that he's going to shoot.
I remember Real Woods from his days at Montini Catholic in Lombard, Illinois. He's originally from Albuquerque.
Nice.
Here's Ashnault, the situation. A takedown would give him the lead.
One
a
push
single
out.
leg.
Oh, man.
Unbelievable wrestling right there.
Go for it. Go for it. Posted on the head. He's getting poked in the eye. I see blood.
Well, what Real Woods just did right there, please, let's give a moment to, that was incredible wrestling. Way to know where he was. Ashnault, arm drag to an attack.
We need a blood call.
Real had to understand balance right there. Real had to understand real estate, where he was at. Big cut here.
Yeah. Look at that shot.
We get a blood
How
shot.
did Real Woods not go out of bounds?
I know it. I thought he was coming
because
right into this
Ashnault
table.
gets that step out point, he leads on criteria 3-3. That was hard to explain. The defense, the balance, the body awareness of Real Woods. There's his coach, Alex Derringer. This is spectacular.
Yes, Ashnault has him. I mean, this is an obvious one. Real Woods gets his leg back, stays in bounds, gets his leg back, all while hobbing on one leg. Really quite impressive. Could you imagine if Real Woods cost himself another match inside of 15 seconds on a push out? Oh my goodness.
And that's where he got cut. Good gash on the face of Anthony Ashnault as they will wrap his head up. Real Woods getting his crowd into it.
It's really gushing.
That is quite the head wrap. That is like John Reeder-esque at the 2011 NCAA tournament. Maybe Dan Gable from the 72 Olympics. I believe he's up on the podium as the Olympic champ in Munich with his head wrap. That is a great, that is going to be a great picture.
Bleed. I'd rather just bleed. Just take it off.
John Reeder, I'm putting a roof on my house, by the way. I just got off the phone with John Reeder.
John's one of the great guys, recently stepping away from the University of Wisconsin. Spent a lot of time there under head coach Chris Bona. Before that, they were at South Dakota State. I mean, I have never seen a head wrap quite like this.
He looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
He looks ridiculous. They put a cone head on him. Yeah, where's the tape? Where's the athletic tape?
And now you know what has to happen? You got to reset. If you're Anthony Ashnault, you got 14 seconds. If you're going to go through this, you might as well win it.
Wrap him up. Wrap him
Looks
up,
like
put it
a
on
mummy.
there. Yeah, here we go.
Come on.
That is a serious head wrap.
Come on.
14 seconds.
Jordan Burroughs was always, had a couple good head wraps from time to time.
Just let it bleed. Just let it bleed. He's getting his wind back at least.
Yeah, take the towel, wipe him down.
Please wipe his face.
Real Woods pacing back and forth on the mat, jumping around, staying loose. All right, here we go. Well, let's bring it back to the center with 14 ticks to go. It's a one-point match.
Just said something very interesting, which is Ashnault just got his gas tank up. He needs one sprint, and all he's got to do is shove this young man out of bounds.
10 seconds. Go for it, buddy.
Real Woods, good head-hands defense, working at 2-on-1 in the final seconds. We're down to 5. He tries to jump over. That flying squirrel attempt. It's defended by Real Woods. 4 confirmed. It's going to be 7-2.
Congratulations, Real Woods.
Love it.
Get it done.
2 Alpha Dogs on this Saturday nights in Philly. Little LL Cool J. Mama said knock you out. Great DJ Silver. And this might have been the move of the match. The defense from Real Woods does not go out of bounds. I don't know how he did that.
Yeah, you could see
a wizard.
You could see Ashnault put the brakes on it. He was almost going out of bounds there.
Gets the head wraps, tries that flying squirrel. He went for it. He went for broke. Good awareness from Real Woods. Understood the situation, and he gets the W.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for these real American freestyle warriors. After 3 periods and a final score of 7-2, your winner, the real deal, Woods.
All right, stud, back in the win column, and this time over an NCAA champion. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good. I love to hear Jazz call out my name on the mic. He does such a great job. So I love hearing that.
There was words there at the end. I couldn't tell if that was sportsmanlike or what was happening. What did you and Ashnault just say to one another?
Oh, just giving each other's respect. You know what I mean? I'm happy to be back in the win column. It's easy to fall and get back up when you have faith in the Lord and you have belief in yourself. So that's the reason why I'm able to fall, get back up, fall, get back up. I was never a national champ. He was a national champ. I made the world team when nobody thought it was possible, and I'm gonna continue doing so, and I'm gonna continue winning world medals and RAF matches, and eventually the RAF belt, when no one believes that I can do it because of my faith in the Lord and my belief in myself.
That's as real as it gets, ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Real Woods.
Strong words from Real Woods back in the W column here at RAF, the former featherweight champion, looking to get that RAF belt back around his waist. A nice win tonight against Anthony Ashnault. 2 main events on the card this evening. One of our main events, Arman Tsarukyan and Urijah Faber. There is Arman Tsarukyan. He has been spectacular coming off that big win against Giorgio Poulos at RAF 7 in Tampa Bay. And Urijah Faber, he'll turn 47 here before too long, and he's looking forward to getting his hands on Tsarukyan.
Tonight, past meets present.
I've been here before.
This is my time.
Arman Tsarukyan is back
No cage, no script, just truth.
Experience matters.
Not tonight.
Tonight, Urijah Faber battles Arman Tsarukyan.
Absolutely incredible.
Looking forward to that main event with Tsarukyan and Faber. Next match with Helen Maroulis, the Olympic champion, and Alexis Janiak, women's bantamweight title match at 135 pounds. Helen Maroulis, the RAF champion, the most decorated woman in freestyle wrestling here in the United States. And this is how she won that title. It was back in RAF 02. Helen Maroulis, what a career she has had. The Maryland native, a laundry list of accolades, getting her arm raised, and Nick Hogan presenting her with that bantamweight championship. With the championship introductions, here's Jazz Securo.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next match is in the Real American Freestyle Bantamweight Division for the World Championship. Please welcome your challenger, Alexis Janiak.
Alexis Janiak from Plainfield, Illinois, three-time All-American, coming off a runner-up finish at the NCAA Championship for Aurora University. Janiak won the NCWWC national title in 2025. She has one tall task tonight against 34-year-old Helen Maroulis, the Olympic champ in 2016.
Her opponent, the Real American Freestyle Bantamweight Champion of the World, Helen Maroulis.
There you get a look at the three-time Olympic medalist. Couple of bronzes to go along with that Olympic gold, 8-time world medalist, 4-time world champion. Her last world title last fall in Zagreb, Croatia. It was an amazing night in Rio de Janeiro back in 2016.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are scheduled for 3 rounds for the Real American Freestyle Bantamweight Championship of the World. And now, introducing first, on my right, your challenger, a 2-time Illinois State champion, a 3-time CCIW champion, the NCAA national champion, and 3-time world medalist from Aurora, Illinois, introducing Alexis Janiak. And her opponent across the mat on my left. She weighed in at 129.4 pounds, a 12-time U.S. World Team member, a 4-time World Wrestling gold medalist, the first American woman to win Olympic gold. She is the reigning, defending, undisputed Real American Freestyle Bantamweight Champion of the World. From Rockville, Maryland, Helen Maroulis.
All right, Julianne, what's your take on this match?
Well, I am so excited to watch this because Lexi has been in the wrestling room that I was training in, and I have seen her work. She's got a tall task in front of her, and Helen Maroulis, though.
The year was 2012. A young Chael Sonnen was a little bit of a chauvinist when it came to wrestling. Didn't want anybody to know, but in his heart he was. And then he saw Helen Maroulis.
Right.
And that is when I thought this young lady moved her feet like she was John Smith. I thought she was flexible like she was Kendall Cross. I couldn't believe some of the things she was doing. Got to go along her journey. There's a 2-point takedown.
Already.
Don't expect it to end here.
Helen gets on top. She goes right into turns. There's a gut-wrench opportunity if she takes it. Gonna need a little better effort than that. Her arms weren't quite tight enough. I could see the looseness to that.
Chill, I was at Rio that night in 2016. She knocked off 13-time world champion and 3-time Olympic gold medalist Saori Yoshida of Japan 4 to win to capture gold that night. It was a historic, monumental night in USA Wrestling.
And by the way, it was pretty dominant in that. I've heard so much about that match, but if you go back and watch it, that was Helen's match from start to finish.
Alexis said that she prepared herself, and she's no stranger to the bright lights. You know, she's felt some of the best girls out there. I know that she's looking forward to this match, but I need her to not be deterred at all by the fact that Helen is an absolute all-star when it comes to women's wrestling.
There's bright lights and there's Helen Maroulis.
Yeah.
These are high beams.
And let's not forget that Helen said yesterday she would like to wrestle Kennedy Blades. I don't know where that's going to go, but it was a little bit of a surprise comment.
Yeah, because Helen weighed in 129 for a bantamweight match. I mean, isn't the weight limit 135.0? She's a little light for.
I'm here for it.
I'm
here for it.
Well, nobody else is going to be going up against Kennedy Blades. They're trying to get me to get in there with her.
She
I
said
Helen,
she just didn't want to get souped. Helen said that. But I guess they trained in Arizona for a little bit of time, so they got their hands on each other.
Yeah, but she said that that's when Kennedy was way young and she was able to ragdoll her back in the day. She says Kennedy's got some size and some skill. She's not going to be able to do that anymore.
Second takedown of the match.
Not a huge commitment here on top from Helen. She's feinted leg lays, she's feinting Turk, she's thinking of trapped arm gut. Listen, you got to pick your hold, get to your lock, and execute. I'm only being critical because it's a bit of a surprise. Helen, generally from a freestyle perspective, a little more active from parterre.
Guys, I want to make this comment as well because Helen Maroulis, I mean, one of the absolute pillars of women's freestyle wrestling. She scored 2 takedowns in this first period. Congratulations to Iowa State. The Cyclones adding women's wrestling this past week. Ellie Rankin named the head coach. It is great for women's college wrestling. Now the Cyclones and Hawkeyes can scrap.
Women's wrestling is just growing exponentially year after year, and it's such a great thing to see. It builds confidence in these young girls, gives them something to look forward to, like competing at RAF and being able to make some money for themselves and possibly a career.
Hey, and what a commitment by Iowa State, promoting Coach Dresser into that position where he will oversee like a general manager, the men and the women. That is a massive advantage, and there's no other program that has that, to my knowledge.
Brent Metcalf named head coach for the Cyclones, 9th in program history, that storied program in Ames, Iowa. 4-0 score here, 20 seconds into the second period. But that is great news, as you said, Juliana. Women's wrestling exploding as Helen Maroulis hits the corner and scores her 3rd takedown.
She's just too good. Let's see if she tries to get some offense off of that. Nope.
Janiak last year was 4th at the U.S. Open. Senior World Team Trials runner-up. She placed true 3rd at Final X. There's a shot, but against somebody like Maroulis, you got to have a good angle. You cannot afford to get stuffed underneath. This is not good news for Janiak. Hitting the hole for Maroulis.
Now, by the way, is Maroulis being nice here on top? Is she wanting to get some minutes in and get some takedowns? Because I feel like she's not quite herself from this parterre position.
Maybe she gets paid the same and it don't matter.
Yeah.
She's going to maybe get away with the tech fall here and the match is over and she didn't have to break a sweat.
Well, we've seen Kennedy Blades do that. We've seen Kennedy Blades carry opponents because she was looking for a special throw or a special, you know, she had too many points. The ref was going to stop it.
Helen Maroulis retains her RAF championship belt. Technical superiority. Maroulis over Janiak, 10-0. And recently, Helen Maroulis announcing Final X. She will be there in June, looking to make another world team. 5 takedowns for Helen Maroulis. Here's the last one. Picks an ankle, puts Janiak on her hip, and ultimately gets the 2 and the 10-0 victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, the match is over with 47 seconds left in round number 2. Your winner by technical fall with a score of 10-0, and still the real American freestyle bantamweight champion of the world, Helen
Tremendous job. That was a real display of takedowns. You looked like you were almost being nice when you were on top. Did you want to work your takedowns tonight?
I wanted to work everything. I want to put on a show. You guys got tickets. You came out here. You took your time. So I take that seriously. I want to wrestle great for you guys. Thank you so much for coming out and watching and supporting.
Champ, I will simply ask, who would you like to face next?
I don't know, anyone. Man, maybe even some MMA guys. Some of them I see, they don't have that great of wrestling. I'm just kidding.
All right, it sounds like she's open to an opponent. Maybe somebody will call her out. Please give it up for Helen Maroulis.
Helen Maroulis showing the love to the crowd here in Philadelphia. Let's send it to Eric Bischoff, Chad, and Izzy, our table of three.
All right, still a lot of great stuff to come tonight, including a big surprise, and you know how much I love surprises, but talk about surprising. RAF 09 coming to you from Arlington Heights, Dallas, Texas area. Izzy, you've got a big surprise. You and Chad have been busy, man, the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited to announce Gable Stevenson versus Alexander Romanov. Gable Stevenson, Olympic champion, one of the biggest prospects in the sport of wrestling, PFL champion, multiple-time MMA world champion. Alexander Romanov takes him on.
That is going to be a good one. We've been hearing a lot about Gable Stevenson, but you've got something up your sleeve as well, Chad.
Yeah, well, first off, Gable's going to be live in the audience tonight, so we're excited about this. Izzy and I talked to him with Hulk 6 months ago. But yeah, you know, we bounced back and forth on ideas, and we talked. Izzy reached out to Weidman, we talked to Kobe, and now here we are. Both of these guys were two-time All-Americans. So this is a great matchup, both UFC champions. So we're really excited about this. It's anyone's match. Kobe's coming off of a win. He's going on his third match here. This will be Chris's debut.
Kobe's on a roll, and he's been getting a lot of press lately.
You know, Kobe, it's crazy, Eric, and you love this, right? He grew up looking up to you and Hulk, but he became a babyface in this on this stage.
I know, it's weird, right?
Yeah.
How's he taking to it?
He loves it. Because he's a good guy. When you get to know him, and you know, and he's not in the gimmick of Kobe, when he's here, he's a patriot. People love him. He's in the fan zones, and he talks to he stays there. And Izzy actually knows him and was from his college days, but he's a good guy, and he loves it.
And you talk about someone that the fans really love. Kennedy Blades, man, she's going to be on the card. Tell us about her match.
Yeah, we're super excited to announce Kennedy Blades versus Alexis Gomez. Kennedy's one of the most electrifying athletes in the world right now, coming off her big suplex NCAA championship and her recent win in Tampa. She's going against Alexis Gomez, and Gomez shocked the world in Chicago, beating Bellamere, the current NCAA champion this year. So Alexis Gomez, the Gomez wrestling family, is here to battle. So it's super exciting to see Kennedy versus Alexis Gomez.
Yeah, it's nice to have an upset like that in your back pocket if you're Alexis Gomez, because she's up against Kennedy Blades, who's not only gorgeous, she can not only suplex, you know,
Abby
news correspondents on her head, but she's fun to watch. So check us out May 30th. RAF 09 coming at you. Still more to come on this show.
Next stop is RAF 9 in Dallas, Texas. May 30th, RAF takes over College Park Center. An unreal offer. Take advantage of this. Scan that QR code that you see on your screen and get 20% off your tickets for RAF 9 when Gable Stevenson makes his RAF debut against Alexander Romanov. And then looking ahead, right into RAF 10. We'll go to St. Louis on June 13. For this one, you can scan the QR code now to unlock pre-sale access. That's your way in before the tickets go to the public. RAF 9 and 10. Still plenty to be decided here at RAF 8's heavyweight match coming up with four-time All-American, the former Iowa Hawkeye Tony Cassioppi, and Shamil Sharipov. Bronze at the 2025 World Championships.
Ladies and gentlemen, we move to the Real American Freestyle Heavyweight Division. Four-time NCAA All-American, U23 World Champion from Madison, Wisconsin. Welcome, Tony Cassioppi.
The 25th four-time All-American in Iowa history, Tony Cassioppi, now an assistant coach under Chris Bono in Madison for the Badgers.
And now, his opponent, World Wrestling bronze medalist, Asian champion, silver medalist, representing Bahrain, Shamil Sharipov.
Shamil Sharipov, born in Dagestan, Russia. He's 28 years old and representing Bahrain. Been doing that since early in 2024. It's always fun, Shield, to watch the big guys throw down.
I love it. And by the way, Cassioppi is not as big as he used to be. I mean, he's really went out and got himself fit, got himself in shape. I talked to John Reeder the night that Cassioppi wrestled Taz, and Reeder said, man, this guy does everything the college guys do. 2 a day, every day. Got his eye on the 2028 games.
In the corner for Cassioppi, Badger head coach Chris Bono and Rutgers head coach Scott Goodale.
Well, that's an interesting combination.
They're tight. I know they golf a lot together.
Really?
They're good friends.
Uh-oh.
This could be trouble for Big Tony. It's going to be 4. Sharipov
looking for the pin.
Nearly got the fall, but what a start. 4-0 feet to back as he put Cassioppi in a precarious position. And puts up that crooked 4.
What do you even call that move? He came out, grabbed him by the neck, tripped him with the back leg, and just yanked him to the mat.
Did it look like he was setting up for a bow and arrow there?
Yeah, that was rough.
Sharipov, 3-time Asian Championships medalist.
Nice single leg. Let's see what he can do with it.
Great snatch by Cassioppi. I think he might have surprised himself getting to this.
Well, Cassioppi really showed that he could rise above himself when he fought Taz Hudanov.
Loses really his balance, and now look at this.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
He was in good position, lost his balance, and now he's crunched underneath, but he's underneath those hips. Best case scenario for Cassioppi is this is parterre and back, or brought from parterre back to their feet.
Well, Sharipov is awkward, isn't he? I mean, this is the second move he's done tonight. Where I'm looking, you know, what is that exactly?
It's like Goliath.
Scores 2
Going for it.
He just holding him right by the jugular, by the way. I mean, just grabbing right about the neck. This guy is ornery.
Dirty. Chin whip from hell.
Inside of 30 seconds. A 4-point move, now going to readjust, scores 2, 6-0. And now he's got a cradle locked up. This is big time trouble for Cassioppi.
That might be over.
It is over.
It is.
Sharipov with the first period stick.
Nicely done by Sharipov. Wow.
Holy smokes.
First pin that we've seen tonight.
That was some strength.
It was.
Shamil Sharipov. Earlier this month, he was silver at the Asian Championships, lost to Zari of Iran. And remember, he beat Wyatt Hendrickson earlier this year at the Zagreb Open back in February. The RAF heavyweight champion. Here is that pin. Locked up a cradle, and that was some kind of tight, no doubt about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the match is over at 1 minute 45 seconds of round number 1. Your winner, Shamil Sharipov.
All right, Sharipov, you made that fast. If I could get a little translation, that was very fast. How are you feeling tonight?
Чувствую себя хорошо, отлично. Получилось быстро дающую схватку. Я жду нового предложения.
They say thank you guys for supporting. I feel myself very good, and I'm happy if fans like this. I wait new contract. I wait new name.
Sharipov, welcome to Real American Freestyle. Who would you like to see next?
White Henderson, if you want, I give you the match.
I pinned Wyatt couple months ago in Croatia. If you want a rematch, we can do this.
Wyatt versus Sharipov. What do you guys think about that? All right, tonight Shapiro.
The only fall of the night, impressive nights for the 28-year-old. RAF fans, Real American Beer just launched RAB Zero, that same bold Real American flavor, just without the alcohol. You can buy online today. Scan the QR code on your screen or head to therealamerican.com and use code RABZERO for 10% off. Let's send it back to Chael Sanderson. He is with the one, the only, or Chael Sonnen. Let's send it to Chael Sonnen with the one and only. He wishes he was as good as Chael, or as good as Chael Sanderson. Here's Chael with Gable.
All right, did somebody request a monster? Because a monster has arrived in Real American Freestyle. Gable Stevenson, welcome.
Man, I've been to a lot of places, and I think Philly is definitely the one to wrestle in.
Gable, you've done pro wrestling, you've done pro football, you've done pro boxing, you just signed with the UFC, but next up is Real American Freestyle. What can we expect in your debut?
Man, honestly, I'm done trying. It's time to be great now, and I've been great my whole life. I won the Olympics. I'm in the UFC now, newly signed. My first fight, July 11th, International Fight Week. But Dallas, May 30th, sold out crowd. You know it's going to be amazing for me to get back on the mat, especially for RAF, and I'm honored.
And if I may just get a prediction from you tonight, we've got a very big match. World champion from 92 kilos moving up to take on Kyle Snyder. How do you see that contest?
I'm an American fan through and through, so I'm going to take Kyle Snyder always.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Dallas is around the corner. We'll all be there. Gable Stevenson will be there. Please give it up for the newest signee, the Olympic champion, Gable Stevenson.
Gable Stevenson, one of the all-time greats. Three-time national finalist, two-time NCAA champion for the Gophers. Won that gold in Tokyo in dramatic fashion. Multiple-time Big Ten champion. Can't wait to watch him make his RAF debut in Dallas. Colby Covington repping Real American Beer. He's in the house. Had dinner with Colby last night. RAF cruiserweight contender. And a cruiserweight match coming up with world champion Zahid Valencia and Aiden Sinclair, the All-American from Missouri. Aiden Sinclair was third at the national tournament. Then he wrestled RAF in Tampa. He's wrestling here tonight in Philadelphia. He'll be at the US Open next week. He just loves wrestling. Zahid Valencia has won his last two RAF matches with impressive wins over Nate Jackson and Mahmoud Sebi. While not allowing a single point in either one of those matches, the cruiserweight plans on extending his run tonight against the young Sinclair.
Yeah, I'm here to stay. You know, I want the belt. I was looking at it just over there right now, so it's absolutely what I want. Hopefully a couple more wins. Hopefully this win gets me into that title shot. Sinclair, I know you had a great college year. You're tough, but I'm out here to shut up the noise. Anyone that thinks that you're gonna beat me, I'm just gonna go out there. I'm gonna score points and look for the tech.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here we go in the Real American Freestyle Cruiserweight Division, NCAA All-American U20 National Champion, wrestling out of Columbia, Missouri, the Red Panda, Aiden Sinclair.
Given that nickname, the Red Panda, from Ben Askren, a product of the Askren Wrestling Academy out of Edgerton, Wisconsin, was a three-time Wisconsin State champion for Pat Yauk at Milton High School. And this is a young superstar in RAF.
his opponent, 2025 Senior World Champion, two-time NCAA National Champion from Stillwater, Oklahoma, Zahid C-Money Valencia.
What a run Valencia had at the 2025 World Championships. Claimed the title at 86 kilos across 5 matches. He outscored his opponents 49-0. He was unscored upon. Beat Kyle Dake at Final X to make that world team. Beat Dake in 2 straight matches. And this, Chael, is a match you're especially excited to watch.
Well, there's just so much pressure on Zahid, and I know he plays it cool, but I mean, come on, who wants to take on a 19 and 20-year-old that just finished his freshman year? I mean, not for nothing, Zahid's the world champion, but Sinclair's got the tools to knock him off. Ben Askren said that Sinclair is going to knock him off. I had lunch today with Sinclair's cornerman, Don Bradley, who said, we have a game plan. We're going to beat Zahid Valencia. Very confident, very matter of fact.
Yeah, well, Zahid Valencia says that he's happy to contribute to Aiden's learning opportunities because he's a young buck. But this guy has been all over the place lately. He just wrestled for us 2 weeks ago. He was wrestling at the NCAAs before that. He's going to wrestle at the U.S. Open in Vegas next week. He's here wrestling tonight. I mean, I said, dude, do you have a nickname? Because it should be Iron Man, because you're putting yourself in these matches week after week and going for all these big opportunities. And he said, no, it's Red Panda.
Just loves wrestling. Tried that arm drag. He's got great arm drags. The Big 12 champion for Brian Smith and the Tigers. He was 32-2. He's a mat rat is what he is.
Go, mat rat.
He's a mat rat. He often talks about the influence of Ben Askren, and Ben says, hey, you got to compete to know where you're at. And I agree with that. Chael, your thoughts on that?
Well, it's an incredible thing. Look, a year and a week ago was the U.S. Open. Zahid got the jump on Kyle Dake in a big upset, but Sinclair was second to Hidley, who went on to be world champion at a different weight class. So we've got number 2 from 92 kilograms taking on number 1 from 86 kilograms. This is really what you would consider a super fight.
Zahid Valencia, 3-time U.S. Open champion, was great at Arizona State for Zeke Jones, 2-time national champ.
Those are some mean snap downs, and Aiden is on the shot clock. He's about to get a point scored on him.
Now, a tie-in here, guys, is Parker Khinchegashvili. Khinchegashvili in the biggest upset in RAF history. Technical fault, Zahid Valencia. Sinclair and Parker have been teammates and training partners Sinclair's entire life, both under Ben Askren. That's a tie-in. You call a guy, you get some confidence. What'd you feel? What'd you learn? How'd you beat him? Those are all advantages that Sinclair has over Zahid right now.
It's a 1-point match, final 10 seconds in this opening period. Cruiserweight match here at RAF 8.
Nice underhook dig for Aiden.
There wasn't a match at the World Championships that Zahid didn't have a takedown going into the second round.
Let's bring in Ben Askren. Ben, what stood out in that first period?
Hey, I thought it was a decent first period for Aiden. He's feeling the speed and the motion of Zahid Valencia. He needs to get a key on that because Zahid moves just a little bit differently off people. A lot of level changing, a lot of quickness. So hopefully he's got a key in on that, and then he can start getting some of his own offense going, because you know he loves being aggressive, but he was a little more conservative there than he has been in a long time.
Ben, did you and Aiden talk about this matchup with Valencia? Maybe we can get him back on. Early second period, back at it. Just that point for Valencia as Sinclair went on the shot clock. Valencia, a 3-time Pac-12 champion. But you talked about it, RAF 04 lost to Parker Khinchegashvili 10-2, and then rebounded with the win against Nate Jackson.
Double.
Look at that from Valencia.
Leg
right into it. Gut wrench. Rolls him through for 2 more, and just like that, a takedown. Great transition wrestling, Chael. 5-0.
Yeah, almost a leg lace, right? I mean, he went below the waist, but he just locked up, rolled those legs like a gut wrench. I like that. I think guys spend too much time trying to get a perfect leg lace. Grab those legs, treat it like a gut wrench. Start turning him. Grab 2 legs and start turning him. Figure the rest out on the way over.
You've often said, Chael, you cannot be turned. What is the key to good parterre defense?
can't be turned in a gut wrench. And I do have a couple of tricks. It might be a little too hard to explain, but I don't lay there with my chin, knees, and dick all on the mat. We'll start with that. There's no combat defense in the world where you can lay on the mat and act like you're doing something.
45 to go in the second period.
Well said.
Sinclair looking for some offense.
And the speed of Valencia is just, he's so fast.
Valencia down on his knees. Now he works up. Heavy with his hands.
Nice fake by Zahid. He's biting on it, Aiden.
From Bellflower, California, wrestled at St. John Bosco. He'll turn 29 in May, Zahid Valencia.
It's very interesting. Zahid is going to sit out domestically. He will sit out until the final wrestle-off at Final X. And it's one of these things where who's he going to feel? How's he going to feel some of these Americans? He's only going to have to deal with one American, best of three. But when you have guys like Sinclair, who might not even be in the weight class, might compete up at Hindley's weight class of 92, it just gets to be very interesting. It's almost like a free match and a free field. And you're seeing it right here. I mean, Zahid is going out and attacking. There he's doing it to the offside, good basics. This is what we were calling like kind of a leg lace, gun wrench all in one. But when Zahid's on the attack, and they say that offense is your best defense, when Zahid's on the attack, he's not having to worry about the attacks of the younger Sinclair.
Yeah, he is one of the
that second period.
He is one of the best leg attackers in the world, and we've seen that sweep single. He's very good there.
Valencia 2024 Olympic trials. He was fourth. Three-time junior world team member, captured world silver back in 2017.
And I like the swagger of Zahid Valencia. He's cocky, you know. He was very matter-of-fact at the press conference, said, I will contribute to your learning tomorrow night. And
he's one of those guys, Giuliani. He's always got the sunglasses on indoors. He's one of those guys.
Hey, sure. The sun never sets on a badass.
Yeah, he said you either win or you learn, and I'm looking forward to teaching Aiden Sinclair a couple of things
Headlock,
at RAF.
He can run the corner. Nope. Way to square up to him. Aiden Sinclair, nice job.
Fake there by Sinclair. These guys getting after it.
Oh, step out.
Valencia steps out.
You know, when we saw Zahid make his debut, he lost to Aiden's training partner. We said that already, but we haven't seen him lose since, and he's just been on fire ever since then.
Now, Aiden just scored on a step out, but you saw Zahid kind of protesting it. Zahid was doing a push motion. A little bit of a play on words here, but a step out is a point. A push out is actually illegal. You are not allowed to push your opponent out. It's just very rarely that it gets called. If somebody steps out, generally the refs will always treat it like a push out, but I don't know that Zahid was wrong. He was pushed out, and that should not have cost him a point.
Shot there by Sinclair into that power of Valencia.
Head position.
But now we pushed him out, and he's going to want a point, so
yeah,
he gets that point back.
I mean, you see where it's consistent, right? You see where it's consistent. A step out and a push out.
Let's go, Aiden. Let's see if you can get some offense off here. Nope, you can't.
Nice.
Oh, nicely done.
Hey, there's two Zahids. When you got the Zahid that's in really good shape, the one that was at the World Championships, the one that Sinclair's wrestling, it's not quite the same one that Parker wrestled. He wrestled a Zahid that was still kind of getting back from the highs of being a world champion. When you got a Zahid that's attacking for 6 straight minutes, that is a nightmare.
Yeah, hard to score a point on him.
8-1.
Ooh.
Valencia continues his good defense. Sinclair now on a single leg.
Excellent wrestling.
And they will give a point to Sinclair. That is confirmed.
Excellent wrestling.
And Zahid Valencia, another win here at RAF. Valencia over Sinclair. Takedown here by Valencia. Gets the go behind. And a little too much for the young Aiden Sinclair, the 20-year-old, the redshirt freshman in Missouri.
After 3 rounds and a final score of 8-2, your winner, Zahid Z-Money Valencia.
Zahid, you win or you learn. What did you teach that young man tonight?
He's learning that there's levels to this game, and I'm just on a whole different level than he is.
I feel like there's 2 Zahids. There's a Zahid that's in really great shape and can push hard for 6 minutes, and when that Zahid shows up, he beats everybody in the world.
Yeah, I felt like today I was just trying to pick and choose my shot, wrestle smart, not try to just win off of conditioning. So I think it was a slower paced match, but I still took a bunch of shots, so I hope the fans loved it tonight.
Zahid, please tell me, who are you hoping to face next in RAF?
Well, I want the bout. I want a chance at the bout. I've had 4 matches in a 5-match contract, so I feel like I deserve it. You got the man over there somewhere. You got Dake. I want that bout. And if they'll give me that bout, give me Bo Nickel. That guy's trying to stay relevant. Let me go put a beat down on him.
Zahid, you are likely to see Kyle Dake at Final X, but Bo Nickel here at Real American Freestyle, that sounds like a pretty good idea.
Let's do it. That'd be a lot of fans. That'd be a lot of fun. I think all the fans want to see that, so let's make it happen.
I hope they do. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight your winner, Zahid Valencia.
Zahid Valencia, couple shout-outs, couple call-outs. Coming up next, light heavyweight championship is on the line with the champion Kyle Snyder and Rizabek Aitmukhan. Para world champions. Snyder, an Olympic gold medalist. Like Helen Maroulis, he won gold in Rio in 2016. Let's check out some of the best slams of RAF.
Rage, money, power, and
Cross to the finish. Boom! Here in Philadelphia, RAF8, Shane Sparks alongside Juliana Pena and the bad guy, Chael Sonnen. RAF, so exciting. Great things happening every day. Some outstanding signings. One of those, Gable Steveson, we'll see him in Dallas end of May, Chael.
Yeah, I imagine that was the surprise you alluded to. I thought that was a big deal.
It is not the surprise. We have another surprise.
Still more to come. All right, well, listen, I thought the Gable was a real treat. I saw Colby Covington was sitting in the audience. Marab looked like he had something to say. There's just a lot of moving parts here at Real American Freestyle, and I'm having fun.
I am waiting for it, and I kind of have this crystal ball Nostradamus feel of what it could be, but I don't want to spoil it. What is it?
Hang tight. Sorry to interrupt you, Juliana.
No, it's okay.
That special announcement we've been talking about, they're in my ear. We're ready to break the special announcement. Here it is, the big news from RAF.
The Wolf. The Wolf can't be controlled. The Wolf does not ask permission. That's why there are no wolves in the circus. It watches. It waits. And when the time comes, it hunts.
Right. I'm coming.
Incredible! I did not see that coming, Chael.
The reigning UFC world champion is coming to Real American Freestyle. I did not know. Did you know?
No, I did not. I had an inkling, but I wasn't sure. But you better watch out. They're sending Little Red Riding Hood to get picked up by the wolf. What?
Zahid just called out Bo Nickel. I would love to know all the people that are going to be trying to come after this young man. 3-time Swedish national freestyle champion. By the way, he was third when he lived in Russia. Third of the Russian nationals before he went to Sweden. I don't know of a wrestling match that he's lost.
Undefeated in the UFC, Kazmat Chimaev is headed to RAF. Juliana, thank you so much. Chael, always fun as well as the show rolls on.
Yeah, here's your hat. What's your hurry? That's what it feels like, Sparks. Oh, hey, Kurt.
2 main events on the card tonight here in Philadelphia at RAF 8. The first one, a title match with Kyle Snyder and Rizabek Aitmukhan. And joining us now in the booth, the Olympic champion, Kurt Angle.
Hey guys,
how great has it been tonight, Kurt?
This has been an awesome show tonight, and now looking forward to these 2 next main events coming up right now. This is going to be a great show. We're going to end with 2 great matches.
11 matches on the card tonight. We have the 2 main events to end this night in Philadelphia. The next one, a championship match, and for the championship introductions, Jazz Securo.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for your main events of the night tonight? The first one is for the Real American Freestyle Light Heavyweight Championship. Please welcome your challenger, Respect Aitmukhan.
Rizabek Aitmukhan. He'll turn 22 in a couple of weeks, a young superstar. The 2023 world champion at 92 kilos for Kazakhstan.
His opponent is the Real American Freestyle Light Heavyweight Champion, Kyle Snyder.
10-time world and Olympic medalist Kyle Snyder, 30 years old, 3-time Olympian, silver in 2021 following that gold medal performance in Rio in 2016. You understand, Kurt, what it takes to win an Olympic gold medal.
It's a lot of work, but I'm going to tell you, these 2 are very talented. These guys won world championships at 19 years of age. These guys, they both won world titles at 19 years of age. To be able to win a world title in an upper weight as a teenager is almost impossible.
And you saw Kyle Snyder being accompanied by a young fan. That young fan won a raffle earlier today at Fan Zone. And back to Jazz with the championship introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first match, 3 rounds for the Real American Freestyle Light Heavyweight Championship. Introducing your challenger. He weighed in at 214.8 pounds, a senior world wrestling champion, 2-time U23 world champion, and a 2-time Asian Championship silver medalist, representing Kazakhstan, presenting Rizabek Aitmukhan. His opponent across the mat weighed in at 214.6 pounds. He is a 3-time Big Ten champion, a Dan Hodge Trophy winner, a 3-time national champion, 4-time world champion, Olympic silver medalist, Olympic gold medalist, and the reigning, defending, undisputed Real American Freestyle Light Heavyweight Champion of the world.
Championship match. Sam Julian, one of the best officials in the world. And he is the right man in for the job to officiate this RAF light heavyweight championship match. Shale, what are you looking for early?
When Kyle Snyder won the Olympic gold medal, his opponent was 11 years old and says he has fantasized ever since about having this moment. For some reason, he wants to bring down Kyle Snyder. He's got 6 minutes to do it.
What impresses you most about Captain America?
You know what? I love his style. He's aggressive. He's short and stocky. Aitmukhan is actually taller and lankier. So you're looking at two different styles. But this is going to mesh really well. This could be a great match. I'm looking forward to it.
Aitmukhan was just 18 years old back in 2023. The first gold medal in the history of freestyle wrestling for Kazakhstan. No score, 45 seconds in as Aitmukhan working a 2-on-1. Of course, Snyder coming off that big win at RAF 7 in Tampa when he beat Ahmed Tezhudinov for the first time in his career.
Yeah,
that was a great battle.
Match.
He had to battle back, and he won it with some step outs.
Yeah, and you know what? Unfortunately, the match was tied. I know the rules here are, last point wins the match, but his opponent didn't even know he lost.
Tezhudinov thought he was winning on criteria. UWW criteria would have given him criteria because he got a takedown, but in RAF, it's nice and simple. The last point scores.
Young man won his world championship at 92 kilograms in 2023. The reigning 92 kilogram world champion happens to be Trent Hidley, who I spoke to earlier tonight. Just said, tell me about this guy. Hidley said one thing about him, unlike many other foreign wrestlers, he will push the pace. He will look to create scrambles and to look to create chaos against Snyder.
Wow, usually the foreign wrestlers stand toe-to-toe and want to go, want to out-position you. They don't usually try to create a pace.
Snyder was on the shot clock, unable to score in that 30-second window, so Aitmukhan leading it 1-0 inside of 10 ticks in this opening period. Championship belt is on the line here in Philly.
I really thought an advantage for Snyder would just be the size, and I know we're only talking about 5 kilograms, but 10 pounds of muscle can really matter. Aitmukhan is right there with him size-wise. He's got a little height on him. He's not getting pushed around. This is a very even match physically.
You know what? I thought the same too. Before this match, I thought that he was a lot lankier and skinnier, but he actually has some good muscle on him, and it's not much of a difference.
Aitmukhan has won at all levels. Captured gold in 2024 at both the U20 and U23 World Championships. He's medaled a couple of times.
Yeah,
both those age groups.
I believe he's going to have a nice, long, successful career, just like Kyle Snyder.
He'll turn 22 in a couple of weeks.
That's crazy.
This past February ranking series event in Albania, he was bronze, fell to Abdulrashid Sajalayev at that event. Here's a big chest wrap.
Nothing yet for anybody. Kyle had to come off the high crotch and switch to a single. Now he's flattened out on his belly. All right.
What do you think about that defense from Snyder, Kurt?
Great scuffle, man.
He pushed him
great
out.
Defense. He made sure that he wouldn't give up the takedown. It was really good. He did a great job.
Aitmukhan was able with that body wrap to push Snyder out of bounds. He got a point for that, guys.
So now
He's now up
2-0.
2-0.
Same situation that Snyder was in a couple weeks back in Tampa against Tezhudinov.
It was the same situation. I'm really surprised that this kid's actually leading the match right now.
Score-wise, anyway,
Kyle
it's 2-0.
Snyder doesn't make many mistakes.
No, and the young man is really quite difficult to score on. He's very relaxed, which is unusual.
He's got a lot of range.
I'm impressed. Kyle Dake told me at lunch today, he said, man, this guy's good. There's another 2 points.
Made that look easy. His first takedown, and now 4-0 as he's working on a leg lace. He's going to roll him through for 2. This is trouble for Snyder. He's down 6-0.
This kid's making history tonight.
The one great thing about freestyle, you can blow a match apart, but as easy as this young man just put 4 on the board, Snyder can get him right back.
You're absolutely right. Especially Snyder.
Especially Snyder. There's nothing over yet.
Aitmukhan is the 10-time world and Olympic medalist Kyle Snyder against the ropes. 40 to go in this second period.
Kyle Snyder was the youngest American to win a world championship at 19 years of age, and he became the youngest American to win an Olympic gold medal at 20. So this kid's had a lot of experience. He's only 30 years old. He's still in the prime of his career.
Won that title in Las Vegas, that world title in 2015, the Olympic gold in Rio in August of 2016. Be big for Kyle right here with 15 seconds to find a way to get on the board, even if it's a step out. Inside of 10 seconds. And there's going to be the point. He gets the point inside of 5 seconds. Snyder is on the board.
I felt like Aitmukhan was wasting some time there and just wanted to give up a point. He felt a little relaxed.
To deal with a foreign athlete that shows up in shape is a lot. To deal with a foreign athlete that you then give a 30-second rest to, I mean, really, these foreign guys sometimes understand position. They understand pure wrestling on a more advanced level, and I'm just very impressed with Aitmukhan at this point tonight. Even right there, he tips him, but he makes sure he gets him out to get that point. Just a savvy technical move.
Yes, his composure is rock solid.
A lot of energy here inside the Liacouras Center in Philadelphia as this fan base trying to get behind Captain America Kyle Snyder. He's in some trouble, but as we know in freestyle wrestling, things can turn quickly.
Sparks, how are you saying this opponent's last name?
Aitmukhan. Aitmukhan.
Snyder.
Oh, okay, he's catching up.
6-3.
Needs a turn right now. Needs to go to the elbow. He let the lock go. I thought maybe he's going to work that gut wrench. He wants back on his feet.
Crowd making some noise.
Oh, this is typical foreign competition. They always fake injuries or tie a shoe when they get tired. This is exactly what happens. Happens with Russians, Iranians.
This match brought to you by Spartans.com. It's a good one. 6-3. 90 seconds to go. Can Snyder do it again?
Oh, this crowd is into it.
Gets behind it again. It's a one-point match. It's a one-point match. 6-5.
Chael Sonnen said it when he said it earlier. He said, do not give up on Kyle Snyder. And nobody did. This crowd's going nuts.
And I'll tell you what, guys, never bleed in shark-infested waters. And Aitmukhan is bleeding, and the sharks are circling. And Snyder has his first lead of the match, 7-6.
Unbelievable.
He broke him. He broke him.
It turns out they don't just give 10 world and Olympic medals away, Kurt. Turns out you got to be pretty good to get those.
Listen to this crowd. It's the eruption in Philly.
He's got the crowd behind Kyle Snyder right now.
I have never seen this kind of an eruption at a real American freestyle event. They love Kyle Snyder.
Winners win. Looking for another goal behind. Sneaks his arm in. Gets behind.
This guy gave up. The match is over, guys. As long as Kyle Snyder keeps his composure, this match is done.
Head on the mat. Kyle Snyder was down, was it 6-0 at one point?
6-0, yes. Wow.
And this crowd is letting Aitmukhan hear it.
Oh, he gave him the point.
So now 10-6.
What was the point for? For delay of match?
Yes, delay of match.
I love that.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Kyle, here we go again. Same position, working that front headlock. Can he put a cherry on top of this one?
He literally broke this kid. Wow. This kid's done.
Kyle Snyder, 12-6, and still the RAF light heavyweight champion. Snyder, what a comeback. He poured it on late. Can conditioning a big factor as Kyle Snyder keeps that belt around his waist.
That's incredible. He kept his composure. He kept in the game. He knew that he had a chance, that all he had to do was focus on winning and focus on scoring, and he did it.
In a battle of world champions, Snyder gets it done. There is Urijah Faber. Kobe Covington indicating that Snyder was able to break his world champion opponents. There's Gable Steveson. We'll see him at RAF 9 in Dallas on May 30th. Don't want to miss that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds and a final score of 12-6, your winner and still the real American freestyle light heavyweight champion of the world, Kyle Snyder!
Kyle, you just broke a world champion. How are you feeling?
I feel good. Rozambek is a fantastic opponent. Very tough guy, so thankful to be able to get the win.
Oh, no, you're not going to bring the energy down tonight. I have never seen a real American freestyle crowd get behind somebody. You were down by 6 points to a world champion, and you put 12 points on the board. I need a little more.
That's all I got. He's a great opponent. So the crowd was fantastic. Without you guys, man, that gave me that extra edge to get it done. So let's go. USA, let's go.
Kyle, I see Colby, I see Gable, I see Kyle Dake, and this whole crowd is behind you. Who would you like to face next at Real American Freestyle?
You know, I don't know who I want to face next, but I was looking at Gable and Kyle during the match, and they pumped me up. I mean, Gable's going to wrestle some guys that, you know, I said maybe Chimaev, but he's probably got to wrestle some other people first, so we'll see, whoever they want.
I think we can live with that for the night. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain America, give it up for the champion, Kyle Snyder.
In a battle of world champions, Kyle Snyder victorious to keep that RAF Light Heavyweight Championship belts. That gets my vote for match of the night. One more match. Another main events. Coming up next, Arman Tsarukyan. Coming off that win over Giorgio Poulos in Tampa.
One of the most exciting matches of the night, too.
Warming up, getting ready for a battle with Urijah Faber. Urijah Faber, 2-time national qualifier at UC Davis back in the early 2000s, said he was looking forward to getting his hands on Tsarukyan.
Sometimes opportunity doesn't knock. It kicks the door in.
Arman Tsarukyan just had a moment.
Arman Tsarukyan did not enter RAF quietly. His arrival was loud and thunderous.
Arman Tsarukyan is that guy.
His debut did not introduce him. It pronounced him.
This was not supposed to happen, not this way.
Then came the controversy.
This isn't going to stop. This is not going to stop. And it has all broken loose.
Then redemption. One moment suspended in time. Now he faces something different. Meet Urijah Faber, not just a moment, a legacy. They say time slows you down. They never met this man. For 2 decades, Faber has lived on instinct, on something you cannot teach. 2 decades of instinct and scars. 3 fights, 3 wins, no hesitation. Experience with teeth. Acceleration with no brakes. No cage, no excuses, only truth. Arman Tsarukyan battles Urijah Faber. Will legacy hold the line, or will the inevitable cross it?
Ladies and gentlemen, your next main event is in the Real American Freestyle Middleweight division, please welcome Urijah Faber.
The California kid, Urijah Faber, he'll turn 47 in less than a month. A savvy, crafty veteran with his second match at RAF. Fell to Olympic champion Henry Cejudo. Tonight he'll get the young superstar, Arman Tsarukyan.
And now, please welcome his opponent, Arman Tsarukyan.
Making his fourth walk down that RAF red carpet to center stage, the 29-year-old Georgian. He'll be 30 in October, Arman Tsarukyan. UFC superstar, MMA professional record of 23-3, 15 finishes. He's won 5 straight in the cage, submitted Dan Hooker his last time in the octagon last November. And one thing we know, Kurt, with Arman Tsarukyan, this guy brings some heat.
Yes, he does. He's undefeated in RAF. I just want to tell you a quick story. I made a comment.
Hold that thought, Kurt. Let's send it to Jessica.
Here we go, wrestling fans, for the sold-out crowd in the Liacouras Center in the fighting city of Philadelphia. All the fans watching on Fox Nation, are you ready? It's about to go down. Somebody make some noise! 3 periods in the Real American Freestyle Middleweight Division. Introducing on my right, he weighed in at an even and ready 170 pounds, an NCAA Division I national qualifier, a 2-time Pac-10 placer, the former WEC featherweight champion of the world, and a UFC Hall of Famer from Sacramento, California, the California Kid, Urijah his opponent across the mat, weighed in at 174.2 pounds. He is the recent UFC #1 lightweight contender of the world, representing Armenia, presenting Arman Tsarukyan.
This main event is brought to you by Spartans.com, the official online gaming partner of Real American Freestyle. Scan now or go to Spartans.com to play. Your earlier thought, Kurt.
I made a comment about Arman Tsarukyan in an interview I did a couple weeks ago. I said he'd make the Olympic team if he wanted to. That's not true. I said that only because he's doing a fantastic job in RAF. But if he did train for a few years in freestyle wrestling specifically, he could probably make the team. But I don't think he's going to change careers. Not his fighting career anyway.
He definitely can compete, right? He is not afraid to go out regardless of the rule set. You shake hands, you turn the lights on, somebody keeps score. This guy shows up to play.
And he can adapt.
Urijah Faber, UFC Hall of Famer, inducted in 2017. Tsarukyan, he's got a trap arm. This is trouble for Faber. Gonna have to be strong in his parterre defense. There's a gut wrench. He's got that trap arm, Chael.
Yeah, it's not gonna stop. If you get one, you're gonna get 2. And if you get 2, you're probably going to find a third one if he wants to re-expose him. He's going to have to turn it back to a safe position like this. Now he gets him, and that's 2. Now it's a safe position. He's feared to tip him again. That's
6-0. 2 more turns, and this one is over. It's 8-0.
I think it's 10. I think we might have lost count there.
Nope, 8-0. We're back to our feet. Still 55 to go in this first period. Tsarukyan gets the takedown, got that trap arm, and that is all kinds of trouble.
Second life for Faber, right? I thought that match was over. Faber's now got a chance to get back in this. And Kyle Snyder showed us you can come back quickly if you put your offense together.
What a helpless feeling when somebody's got a trap arm. You are screwed.
Oh, you are. When you're trapped in that arm, there's nothing you can do. You're really useless.
Particularly in the first round when you're dry, when the guy's fresh, very hard to get out.
You're not slippery. Yeah, you're right.
Can Faber survive to see the second period? A takedown by Tsarukyan would end it.
It looks like a bit of a size difference here. I mean, Tsarukyan looks a lot bigger than Urijah Faber. I mean, at least his structure.
Once again, let's bring in Ben Askren. What did you see, Ben?
Well, I thought Urijah did a great job getting out of the first period. You got to your guys' point, he was in that trapped arm gut that was really tight. Managed to survive through that. He needs to get some offense going. Maybe pull a Kyle Snyder type comeback, because that was freaking amazing, huh, guys?
If it was only that easy, hey, just do what Kyle Snyder did, guys, and call it a night. I mean, why not?
It's easy, man. Yeah,
right.
Anybody can do it.
Just do what Kyle did. I mean, come on. Great energy all night here in Philadelphia. And a great city, a city of fight, blue collar, grit, toughness.
It's
so
a
many great
Pennsylvania
champions.
city, that's right.
It is.
How far is State College from where we're at right now?
2.5 hours.
Okay.
A takedown would end it.
If Tsarukyan wants to end it, I mean, this guy's a showman, don't forget. Sometimes you take your foot off the gas. You're never wise to do that. But it does give Faber a second life here. On his feet, looking arms right, Tsarukyan looking.
Whoa, shit.
Oh my gosh!
Shit. Whoa.
And these guys are off the stage and out of the concrete.
You all right? Sorry. I would have tried to catch you. I gotta tell you, I didn't even see him coming. I was watching the monitor. They went right over my shoulder.
I'm so glad I'm sitting here and not where you were, Jill.
I was sleeping on that one.
I thought you were dead.
Kurt, I was sleeping. I told Urijah, hey, I'm sorry. I should have tried to catch you.
This chair? There's a steel chair over here that is done. It is
annihilated.
All bent up.
They literally, they went right over. I thought that was a different side of the mat. All right.
I can't believe nobody got hurt.
How are we going to score that, by the way? The referee looks like he gave one, but then did he give one to Faber for unsportsmanlike?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Well, how's that work? Can you give a guy a warrant, but also give him a point? I don't know. I don't know that that's ever been tested.
My heart stopped beating for about 15 seconds. I think I'm back to normal. That was something. That was way too close for comfort.
Was going to be dead. I literally thought they were going to both land on him.
Oh my God. 9-1. 50 seconds. I got a feeling we might see that sequence on social media time or two in the next several days.
You know what?
You talk about a viral moment. That was a viral moment.
You know what? Arman Tsarukyan, he's the man of viral moments. This guy, he's the superstar.
I am glad everybody's okay.
Did he do that on purpose? He tried to push him off the stage. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he did it on purpose.
What a jerk! What a jerk! Why did he push him off the stage? He was ahead by 8.
I guess he's mad he didn't tech bomb in the first period.
Tsarukyan gets mad fast, boy.
He's got a temper.
I mean, I think
we saw that with Paulus.
Yeah, I'm still surprised by the call. So we pushed him out of bounds, but and gave Tsarukyan a point, but then we decided it was too rough and gave Urijah a point. I don't think you can reward a guy if you deem the behavior to be inappropriate.
Doing an overly aggressive move, yeah.
I get that we're splitting hairs, but it's a learning experience. I've really never seen anybody be thrown off a stage.
I think everybody in this arena is still trying to get back on track after watching that. I mean,
without a doubt, man. Without a doubt.
Holy man.
You know what? This got me so fired up. I want to have a match with you, Chill. The next Real American Freestyle.
Sure. No, I know it.
Chill, what were you thinking as those two were within a couple of feet of you?
I didn't know.
I was watching
the monitor.
He was looking at the monitor. Yeah. He didn't even pick his head up.
Nope. I saw him running him off the
right over his head.
They were behind. I literally turned around to Urijah and I said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "I'm sorry, I didn't try to catch you," but I didn't see him.
Chael, if I was in your seat, I got to be honest, I would have never had a thought about catching him. But you're bigger than I am. But that was some velocity.
Man,
coming
came
off the
hard
mat.
and fast.
Yes, it did.
Oh, nice takedown. Nice high crotch.
What a great job elevating that, getting his lock over his head. Very good technique.
Takedown would
end it. Good defense with Faber.
Switches off to the leg, and there
that's it. That's it. It's over.
Why is he so good? How is he so good at a sport that he's barely done? Please stop.
That's why I said this kid could make the Olympic team. I know he can't, but, you know, with a little work, he could.
A tech fall for Arman Tsarukyan. Tsarukyan over Faber.
Hey, how you doing, man?
What's up, man? I love you.
Good to see you, man.
Arman Tsarukyan looking for that takedown, switches off to a double leg. He gets the 4 feet to back and gets the technical superiority over Urijah Faber. But this will be the talk of RAF 8s. Tsarukyan running Faber off the mats and onto the concrete. That was way, way too close for comfort. That was some violence here inside the Liacouras Center.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your main event tonight. Come on, Philadelphia. The match ends 1 minute and 25 seconds of period number 3 with a final score of 13-1 for your winner, Arman Tsarukyan.
All right, you two. Hey, Arman, by the way, will you tell me the truth? Did you throw him off the mat on purpose?
No, how I can throw him on purpose? He's OG, so I was doing my technique and I couldn't stop. So you know, next time RAF, for me you're gonna bring 2 mats.
Arman, I must tell you, I've seen all of your matches. It is shocking how good you are at this sport for how little you've done it. What can we expect next for you?
You see guy over there? Come in.
Well, Colby Covington, I believe, was just called out. Colby.
He's one of the best wrestlers from UFC, so I want to prove my wrestling against him and beat him.
Now, Colby, help me out here. I thought you had a match with Chris Weidman. What's going on here?
That match can wait. This is real American freestyle. You need an American that's going to beat this guy. He's a spoiled guy. I want to shut him up and beat him for all the Americans.
Nobody can beat me on this mat, even you.
Hey guys, I tried to step in tonight and take on Arman. He ducked me, he turned it down. He wanted to go up against 48 Urijah Faber, who's 30 pounds lighter than him.
All right, is there a date set? Is this match agreed upon?
Not yet, but soon.
This is the match.
Very soon. I just talked to Hunter Campbell. We're going to get it done. I think May 30th in Dallas makes sense. Chris Weidman's next after I take care of Arman.
Colby Covington versus Arman Tsarukyan. I believe that match was just made. Arman's got a final word.
And after him, I want you here.
If you get through my little brother, we can talk about that. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up. It's Arman's night. Arman Tsarukyan. Now, one moment, Urijah, I noticed you stuck around. Did you have something you wanted to say?
I love this real American freestyle. All you fans that come out and support, we're Wrestling Mafia. When you're in, baby. This thing's going straight to the top, so keep supporting, keep coming out, and we'll keep on putting great shows.
Thank you, Philadelphia. Get home safe.
Great comments from Urijah Faber. It has been a fun night in Philadelphia, some fantastic matches. But the match of the night, it was a battle of world champions for the RAF Light Heavyweight Championship. Kyle Snyder was down big to Rizabek Aitmukhan. And then Kyle Snyder, Captain America, finding another another gear and rallying late. It was pace, pace, and pace from Kyle Snyder. And he got the job done 12-6 and retains his RAF light heavyweight championship belts. It's our match of the night. Fantastic performance from Kyle Snyder. Getting our RAF winners up on the stage. Lucas Byrd making his RAF debut, defeating Darian Cruz in a matchup of national champions. Zahid Valencia was impressive tonight, knocking off the young Aiden Sinclair. Helen Maroulis, a technical superiority, retains her championship belt. How about Jason Nolf, three-time national champion from Penn State? Got it done tonight against Joey Blaze. Arman Tsarukyan over Urijah Faber.
Said he pushed him out on accident.
I'm not buying that. I got some motion from property. I got some motion from property in Lincoln, Nebraska to sell you.
There's 15 feet between that mat and this
Absolutely.
stage. There's no way that he didn't do that on purpose.
Just an accident. I take step, I go off stage. I saw, whoa! Happy New Year!
You know what? When you usually go out of bounds, you kind of fall when you get outside the boundary. He just kept going, ran him right off the stage.
Look at that, an impressive group. And I know we're giving that performance of the night to Kyle Snyder, but let's not ignore what Sharipov did. That was very impressive. What he did over a four-time All-American from the University of Iowa in Cassioppi.
The next stop is RAF 9 in Dallas, Texas. It'll be here before you know it. May 30th, RAF takes over College Park Center. Take advantage of this offer. Scan the QR code on your screen and get 20% off your tickets for RAF 9. Be there in person. Gable Steveson makes his RAF debut against Alexander Romanov. The only way to get the offer is to scan that QR code now. Thank you so much for joining us. For Kurt Angle, Juliana Pena, Shale Sonnen, and Ben Askren, I'm Shane Sparks saying good night from the city of brotherly love.
I will rise. No satisfaction without the fight. A man has limits, oh, so they say, but I never listen. Did it my way. I'm gonna take what's mine. I paid my dues. I dare you to walk a mile in these shoes. The beat in my soul just keeps getting louder. Give me some of that.